15, Arthur Amarin for the Tigers. Great hustle back there.
And that's what you want to do with a run-oriented team, Brian, is to get them behind the chains, make them have to throw the ball to beat you here. And you can see, obviously, sophomore quarterback don't pass very often, running for his life here. No pass protection there, and gets knocked right back for the loss. So good start to the Tiger defense, getting the 3 and out.
But what you didn't see there on the far side, and the officials were going over to the other sideline, there must have been some type of foul there.
Yeah, because we're replaying the down.
So it's 3rd and 10. Left-handed quarterback throws a little screen out there, and it's going to be an incomplete pass, and there's a flag late, and they may call defensive holding on that. We'll see.
Well, Tigers don't want to shoot themselves here by getting penalized here when we're getting them off the field and getting our first possession with probably really good field position. Great shot there from the drone.
And it is Mother Earth here. You can see the grass. We have a natural grass field here. Very interesting looking here. So it's going to repeat 3rd down here.
So we're playing 3rd down for the 3rd time here in the first series.
And really 2 personal fouls, penalties offset. So we'll just have a little do-over here.
3rd and about 7, looks like, Brian.
Oh, really nice looking run there. Back escapes the first defender. He's going to be short of the 1st down. Bring up an interesting play call here. I would expect them to try to put the offense out there and get some points, Ken.
Looks like, where did they spot him? It's going to be 4th and about 5.
Tough.
Yeah, they have nothing to lose tonight. They plan to be spoilers, and so.
So here they go. Now, first option number 1 is to draw those Palmetto Tigers offside.
And that's a good point. They slapped it.
They do a wildcat with a dynamic back, and he goes for the 1st down and much more. So heads up play. You take your featured back, the Zario Rogers, put him in the wildcat. Easy sledding on that play.
Yes, and that's just probably getting your best athlete out there, doing what you do best, running the ball, and all he needs is a little hole there, and moves to change. Bold move there, but pays off with great dividends. Palmetto had him twice and had to give him 3 chances to do this. So fresh set of downs for East Lee.
8:34 on the quarterback. The back has the ball again. Now he cuts inside. There's going to be a holding penalty over there, but he had a big gain on the play, about his average of 9 or 10 yards. This one's coming back.
Yeah, that's an impressive average because during this 4-game losing streak, they have played Fort Myers, they have played Dunbar, and those are traditionally sound football programs that we see in the postseason very often. So to maintain even that average against some very good programs here in Lee County is quite amazing. So that's a 10-yard penalty.
1st down on the marker.
Yeah, probably about 18.
Rolls to his left. Got a man wide open out there coming up to make a hit. Fine play was number 5, and that's going to be Carter for the Tigers.
Yes, and they're probably going to let them throw that all day and just keep the receivers in front of them and just make those sure tackles. They'll give 3 or 4 yards up all night versus the runner keeping the ball out of his hands because he's the one that can take it to the house.
Taking quite a long time to break the huddle here, so you would kind of tip that to be a running play. For a very run-heavy offense, so look out for Laz Rogers, number 1 on this one.
Full backfield.
Oh, and then they do a little trickeration there, number 2, and is Javarian Singleton. Very deceptive play. You know, everybody in the building here expecting number Lazario Rogers on that one.
Yeah, as I said early in the pregame, they have 4 other backs that have at least 100, some of them up into 200 and 300 yards. So They can spot him a little bit. They have other guys, and Singleton is one of those ATHs, a junior, 5'8", 145. Somebody you got to really wrap up because he's very athletic.
Very elusive. Mm-hmm. Now it's a Wildcat formation once again. Takes the ball running around the right edge. There's going to be another penalty on the play, probably a holding, but we'll wait for the official call here.
Yeah, one thing we've seen so far is when they looks like you called it, Brian. It looks like when they do the running the Wildcat that they're always going back to their bench side. So something the defense and the defensive coaches they probably know that to key on.
So the Palmetto Tigers accept the penalty. It's going to bring up a 3rd and forever here. I'd count that. What do you think, Ken, looking at it from this aspect?
Between 20 and 25?
Yeah.
Well, no, maybe about 20. It's right in front of us.
It's
That's one good thing sitting on this side, but it's
backwards.
It's what we want with a running team is them in 3rd and longs.
Oh, yeah, this is a perfect situation here. Now Gatto throws it out there to the right, little bubble, and it goes for a nice little gain on the play of a couple yards.
And they're going to allow that all night. They're going to encourage that just as long as they make the tackle and keep them pushed back. So now with a 4th and 10, they got 8 or 10 yards on that. Now I think they're going to punt, but I would look for Rogers if he's an up back. Maybe a fake. They have nothing to lose. Punter looks like he's not that far back.
It's kind of a
end over end.
And it checks up there on the field. You know, you would think this field is dried out after all the storms, but it's going to be down there by number 11, which is Noah Figueroa. The linebacker hustles down there to down the ball. 6'2", 230.
Yeah, big kid down in the ball. I'd find a way to get him out there on the field if he's just playing special teams. Anyway, that drive, even though it didn't account to 3 and out, they took up half the quarter with that drive, and that's the sign of a running team.
And I wanted to say a shout out to the guys in the TigerVision is presented by Connolly Buick GMC stress box behind us. We're here in the stands, and you look at those Jaguar uniforms and the number, and they are completely washed out here from the, it's very.
Oh yeah, there's no way you can see them.
But on
TigerVision,
clearly you can see every digit on those. And guys, tonight you're going to need to help us out when we got the punters and the returners and those kind of things. But great look in. I mean, we got some real pros working behind us, Ken.
Oh yeah, we're blessed. And we just get to do the easy part and call the game. They are in the stress box, making all the magic happen. We've said that thousands of times, and it's well worth what they do. We're grateful for them.
Incredible the difference. Looking at that, the naked eye, looking at the defenders out there, and the TigerVision shot you get from home in Toronto, Canada tonight. Jackson Roth hands the ball off. It's Trejarn, bounces forward. Nice gain on the play, gain of about 9 yards.
So will the Tigers come out throwing, or will we see what we saw last week where they grounded out? Which team, so 1 for 1 they're going to set up the run.
And after this next play, I'm going to kick it down to Aiden Williams on our Arctic Air sideline. But first, let's go through the play here. I noticed something on Jackson Roth's hand. Looks like his throwing hand has something there. We'll talk to Aiden about that. Trejarn gets a nice block on the edge. He's got a first down and much more. So let's kick it down to our Arctic Air sideline reporter, high school senior, Palmetto High School, Aiden Williams. What about this great Palmetto quarterback in his hand situation? All right, it did not pick up Aiden on that one. So, here's Aiden on the sideline. All right, we'll watch the play live here, Aiden, and then I'm going to kick it down to you after the conclusion of this play. But we noticed here something from the stands, and I wanted to hit you up with that in a sec. Jackson Roth hand the balls off. Nice jump cut by Van Trezyard. Bounces it outside. And really good tackle there, but a 3-yard gain on the plays. So Aiden Williams with our Arctic Air Sideline report. What's going on with Jackson Roth tonight? All right, let's bring up a second down here. We'll get to Aiden in a few moments. Brings us second and about 10.
Yarn got back to the line of scrimmage. They could have had him for a loss.
Roth throws it. Boy, looks like a nice ball out there. And the receiver and the DB had no idea where the ball was there. So you had.
That was Matt. Who's our leading receiver by yardage per game.
And I really give Jackson Roth, that route right there, you want to throw the ball before the receiver makes his cut. But what happened in the lights here tonight, he couldn't find it, because the ball was thrown early, like you would like, keep the quarterback clean, but just couldn't find it here in the lights tonight. Now Marquez Bryson, the big back in the backfield. Send Carter in motion. Now Roth rolls, and he's got a little flip out there, and it's going to be caught.
Yeah, it looks like he had to make an adjustment on the catch and fell down. So Tigers in a 4th down situation here. It looks like
so probably we're
going to play field position first.
Cale Bunce will go back to kick this one away. Wind at his back.
Yeah, he's had a great season punting for the Tigers this year. Going to play field position.
Looks like we had an illegal shift pre-snap.
Yeah, it looks like they were putting a little wrinkle in there, sending. I believe that was Zion Robertson in motion.
Yeah, so
on a punt, which I don't know if I've ever seen that. I don't ever recall punting and putting somebody in motion, but I like the idea. It makes the defense you have to cover for that.
And really, just a false start. As far as that, no illegal shift.
Here he goes again.
So here he comes. That's Robertson.
So somebody has to cover him.
And he blocks. Now Bunce kicks this one toward the sideline.
Take a nice bounce.
Take nice bounce. It's going to be down at the 35-yard line. 3 minutes on the clock remain here in the first quarter. Tigers off with a slow start again. One thing we've seen about the Tigers during the course of the year, the first quarter and the third quarter are where they do not score bunches of points, the first and the third. But at the close, the second quarter and the fourth quarter of these games, I think the Tigers average 12.7 points per quarter in that fourth quarter, and that's why they've been rallying in those come from behind positions. Delgado rolls to the right. He's got some really good speed, cuts it inside, and he goes for a big gain on the play. And that's Lazaria Rogers again taking that ball out of the Wildcat.
Yes, and doing some research on him. He's a track guy. He runs a 4.4 according to his huddle. But there were some articles about him running track and placing in various meets. So he's the real deal here.
He flips one out there to no one, and there's a flag late. They're going to call roughing the passer there. Delgado was hit. I didn't looked pretty clean. It looked like the defender was standing straight upright, didn't drop the crown of the helmet.
Maybe we can pick that up again. Good break for the Jaguars. Other than Rogers affect some good runs, our defense has been their best friend so far on a couple of these plays.
Yeah, and the quarterback, Joel Delgado, for those of you looking in, he's 6'2", 173 pounds. He's only got one passing touchdown on the season.
3 interceptions and a 10th grade.
But he's a running threat for sure. Nice cut by the back. Cleaned up well by the Tigers. Roberson over to make the tackle.
Yes, Coach Arcady, you're going to watch this defense play gap control tonight. Stay in your lanes and make the running back work for all of his yards. Don't help him out.
It's lit up.
Got a good sized line there.
Check.
Look for the right D in for Palmetto to get some pressure. He
There
drops
we
back,
go.
throws it out there.
Oh, he threw it.
Incomplete pass. So had a receiver out there. Looked like he didn't just come up clean.
Yeah, it doesn't look like they throw the ball down the field much. It's just usually those little passes off into the flats after a fake to the back. A little play action there.
And it's a 3rd and a little bit, 10 yards here
Yeah.
on this one.
And again, that's when you want a rushing team like that. That's what you want. You want these 3rd and long. Make them throw it to beat you.
Check. All right, get the play, Boone. Get the play.
Runs to the left, cuts up for driving forward, and he's going to have a nice gain on play. He's going to get some push late, but the play was blown dead. And we're able to hear the Arctic Air Sidelines microphones over there, and we'll pick up soon with Aiden Williams, Palmetto High School senior.
So fourth and 7. Looks like they're going to leave their offense on the field. Brian, they've run the straight with the running back. Quarterback's in. Maybe trying to draw him off sides here. Usually wild card.
And he's rolling around, throws it left. It's going to throw it. Incomplete pass. Palmetto Tigers hole on this one.
Yeah, they have no threat throwing the ball down the field. So defensive-wise, they can stack the box and control this running game and running back and limit the damage here. So far, so good for the defense. Great job. Now let's see what the offense has done, if they've made some adjustments here.
And you can see on the eye test tonight the Palmetto size seems to be much larger. A lot of speed out there for East Lee, but Palmetto a bigger team and a little bit deeper roster also. Now with that, the official far, far away from us.
Attention, ladies and gentlemen, attention. If you are flying a drone above the football field,
Oh, they're questioning our drone.
right now, not enough. All right. We cannot have the drone over the field, no matter how cool it looks.
That's somebody's, if you can hear, they don't want the drone over the field.
Yeah, and
That's an opinion, not according to my son, Chad. It's not the FAA. We are legal with that, but we'll comply as best we can.
And now,
Check.
Palmetto Tigers. It looks
Check,
like
check,
Bridson with the carry.
Check.
And Ken, what a game that you saw out of Marquez Bridson last week, both in his linebacker position and out of his halfback position.
Oh, yeah, Brian, that was probably one of the best games I've seen out of a two-way player in a long time. He had to be the MVP for the game. Both of the guys that went both ways, just unbelievable stamina against a very good Leonard football team.
This time Bridson, nice stiff arm around the edge. And he's got a first down. Palmetto Tigers.
Not only was there one stiff arm, but the second one was just as good. You watch on the replay, it's just a sweep to the outside. And it's going to make a short game, but right there's the one you picked up. But here comes the second one, and there's a
And
flag.
a flag on
right
the play. At the end, so it would be a holding that's way down the field.
Down the
spot
field.
probably still a first down. So from the spot, it's going to bring it back 10, and so it's going to be a very slight
game.
You
saw Coach Sanders questioning it. He was not happy there based on his.
I didn't see much there. A really good block by number 71, Stephon Aristil out there from the offensive right tackle.
They'll figure the key though here is getting good chunks of yardage, and it's going to take is to lay off these penalties here. Offense is fine if we're going to run the ball tonight. It looks like we're in good shape with the Tigers run game.
Spot foul that makes it 2nd and 5 for the Palmetto Tigers. Trez Yarn in the backfield. They hand it to him. He's got a huge lane, goes for the first down, Tigers.
Yeah, looking like where they picked up last week against a good Leonard defense. Just going to run it with the two backs. And if you're getting 6, 7, 8 yards a pop, you're going to win a lot of football games, and this game's going to get over real quick.
But at the close of this first quarter, it's knotted up at zeros here at East Lee. And Ken, if you're watching from home, do not adjust your dials as you look at the crossbars on the field here. Here, it looks like the cross.
You're watching TigerVision, presented by Conley Buick GMC. Stay tuned. We'll be right back after these messages.
Dad, what's wrong?
I don't know how to write this next commercial.
Well, what do you want to say?
I don't want people thinking we're not big enough or get enough money for our clients, but I don't know how to say that without sounding cheesy.
I think I have an idea. How about this one?
I'm not that guy.
How about this one?
That's cute, but that's definitely not me.
Well, just tell everyone you have 4 offices on the Suncoast. So you're big enough to handle any case, but local enough to care.
That's not bad, but what about the money?
Well, how else did you afford to put 4 kids in braces?
So tell me, what was actually the name of the award? You were the #1 stream in the streaming awards. Isn't that correct?
Correct.
Carter hides behind a blocker. Nice play. Good blocking without holding. Carter around the edge for a Palmetto Tiger first down. Now, looking at the field goal post here on the stadium. Don't adjust we were talking about that before. I don't know if we have Aiden Williams here on our sideline, but those field goal posts are turned cattywampus, and it's a weird-looking view here tonight.
Brian, it kind of reminds me after the hurricane going by Harley Stadium, our goalposts were bent that way a little too. So, if I was kicking, I would want to kick for the left upright because you got about an extra foot. It's only about 9 foot off the ground. Back to live action.
With a big hit, air finally corralled there by number 19, which is Milese Russ, the defensive back.
Tigers are just grinding the ball here, and like I said, if you've got if there's going to be who's going to be the better running team tonight, we're going to be out of here by 9 o'clock because it's just going to eat the clock up. And there's a great shot of him catching a breather. Both of our backs were within 1 carry. One had 104 and one had 103. Talk about balance, Brian.
Yeah, coming into tonight's game. Oh, nice little stop and go there by the running back. Drives forward, and a play that really could have went for a tackle for loss goes for a positive gain of about 1.
Yeah, offensive line is coming off the ball, and these backs, they're playing a lot of snaps both ways, but they don't need a lot of room to get between those gaps to get the yards. We've seen them both do great jump cuts and 170 yards on the ground average per game. Earlier in the season, it wasn't that high. They've gotten better as the season's progressed.
And again, as we mentioned earlier, Palmetto off to a slow start, low scoring in the first quarter. They tend to pick things up in the second and fourth quarters. So we'll see if that trend continues with 10:15 on the clock. And there is a delay of game on the play.
Yeah, unfortunate. And this is one of the few high school stadiums that actually has a clock in the, that would be the north end zone to our left. It's got the 25 seconds off there. So usually you have to watch the back judge way in the back. He keeps the clock, and the quarterback, he can signal to him if they're getting close. But like right now it's on 14, so that can easily be avoided.
Roth looks to his left, stays on his receiver. It's going to fly that one a little high, incomplete pass.
Yeah, it looks like that hand might be a little bit more of a factor. As soon as he gets more into the game, they've only threw it 2 or 3 times, so it's still early. So so far it's he's been just a little bit off on his throws, but not far.
So coming on to punt this one away is Cale Bunce. Going to be Chase Shophocker is going to fire this one back. And back to return for the Jaguars. We'll pick that up as it goes here. Very low driving kick. That's going to be a good roll. Now get on it and down it. Good job.
Yes.
Hustling down to down the ball down there. We'll get a look on the Arctic Air replay.
Yeah, it looks like they have rehearsed that one. Just that ball couldn't have been 15, 20 feet off the ground with a nice little spiral. It wasn't going to turn over, but, as soon as that thing hits the ground, it's going to roll 15 or 20 yards. So he laid it in there inside the 20, and it did its roll, and it got them way backed up deep. As you see the shot here, it looks like about the 1 yard line. You can't ask any more for that.
You cannot get a better
you would
spot
expect
than that.
You would expect something like this on Saturday, but for sure on Sunday.
And really, you had a gunner there for the Tigers, and Shophocker, the long snapper, in great position. And one thing, when you get so many defenders that close to the ball, sometimes you forget to call each other off, or you sit there and you watch the ball thinking the other guy has it. When you have 2 or 3 guys standing so close together, sometimes.
One thing I've seen that has worked over the years is you have somebody that plays center field, turns around and tries to find the ball, and if you've got your gunners down there, help them out to find the ball and to get it spotted. With this one, it rolled, so all they had to do was make sure, get to that end zone, turn around, and keep it from being a touchback. But
now,
great spot, and you're a running team, and you're on your own 1 yard line, and you struggle passing it. This is great for the defense to make something happen.
Now let's see if we can kick it down to our Arctic Air sideline report, and Aiden Williams, and we'll march it down to Aiden Williams here shortly. But here, a huge play for the Jaguars. There's so much danger in this situation.
Yeah.
You can hold, and if the offensive linemen hold, in pass protection, you're going to pick up a safety back there. The exchange point back there in the end zone.
Yeah, do they have the quarterback in? They might just do a direct wildcat here.
Looks like quarterbacks.
They got him. Oh, they had him.
And he shook out of a tackle.
Oh, my
Great
goodness.
move.
That was Stansel there that almost had a safety. Well, they're lobbying for a safety here. Did they get it? They got it.
Must have said the knee was down, right?
Yes, maybe we catch that on the replay. Good pickup, Brian. But Stansel must have had him 2 or 3 yards deep, running that direct wildcat snap. But he pushed them back in, at least by getting outside. As we watch it come right into your living room there. No, that was number.
That was Evan Stansel.
Evan Stansel.
Oh, and that is a safety.
Yeah.
And the thing about it, coming out of the end zone, going into the end zone, you just have to touch the front of the plane. Coming out, you have to go across the entire plane,
and that's
coming out of the end zone, even if his knee was down and it was somewhere on the line. Now, did you watch the spot right here? Great play by the guys behind us here.
So Stansel sets that up, and the running back just has nowhere to go. He has to go back in against all the defenders coming right there. And
Roberson cleans it up.
Roberson cleans him up.
Down there, ball is on the right side.
Right there,
There's your safety. And didn't even get close. Even
No.
with the knee down, the ball never crossed
He was
the
a couple
entire-
of feet into the end zone. Great. Now that's a great call there by Coach Arcady. Great gate scheme. And one thing they've known now that when they run the Wildcat, they always go to the right. They switch quarters. They were going towards their bench, so they kind of knew statistically it was coming that way, and they played it well. And great film work there. Great coverage, great call, and then great execution. So
Evan Stancil, the
Stancil,
senior, and then
making a senior play.
and cleaning up is Zyro, number 7,
Yes.
Zion Roberson.
Oh my goodness, they got us.
Here's
Brian.
a high.
They found us
High
out of bounds.
out of bounds.
So that's going to put the ball on the 50-yard line, I think. Is
Well,
it usually?
no, it was coming out of the end zone generally.
So he kicked it out of bounds. If it goes more than 30, it would be. It would have the 50 would be the most. And looking at the first half staff, first quarter stats here, Brian. Just typical grinded out game here. 45 yards for the Tiger. East Lee with 49, and not a whole bunch else. Thank you, Steve from Atlanta.
Thank you to Steven Johnson from our Atlanta studios.
Class of 1981.
County High School. Go get you some cotton candy. Go get me some lemonade. Hit up that concession stand. Hit up the food truck.
There's the
So here with
defensive coaches.
I want to have an opportunity to kick it down to Aiden Williams
Yes.
here on
Yeah,
the
we wanna
sideline.
hear.
You know, he's a student with Palmetto High School. I think
Senior.
trying to set him up and have a sideline report. This time they hand the ball off to Bryson, grinding forward, and he has a first down. I just have to say, the left side of the offensive line for those Palmetto Tigers.
Yeah, just going outside. Great block there by 62. And then you just allow him to get in open space, and 18-yard gain. We'll take that all night. And that all starts up front, as you indicated, Brian.
And I talked to Michael Lambert's parents tonight, number
Okay.
62, and they are proud. They're sitting about 4 rows below us here.
All right.
Proud
Got a good
parents
crowd
down
here.
there.
It made the 107 mile an hour
109 miles.
journey.
We may have driven at certain times on the way down a little fast. But
Late
that
flag.
time, Bryson is tackled behind the line of scrimmage, and we're going to have a flag.
It was
and-
coming from the defensive side. Face mask. It looked like face mask. Yes. So get a break there.
So it had to be a hands to the face on the line of
See if
scrimmage
we
because it was thrown in that area. I looked at
Oh, no, he grabbed him right there. Looked like 50. The defender there grabbed Bryson.
55 called for that, and that is Michael Lott.
That was kind of there at the end. I was thinking, yeah, you're right. It's going to be on the offensive line. Some defensive lineman grabbing one of our offensive linemen's face mask. But it's right there at the last minute, and the ref picked it up from on the defensive side. Got to take advantage of this short field here.
New running back in the backfield for the Tigers. This time Roth spins it out there. Just a little short pass. Looked like the tight end out there. Number 84 for the Tigers, and that's Ace Luther. You know, he's a nice 6'3", 6'4".
Sophomore, has had a great season. He's
230 pounds, you know.
He passes the eyeball test. You know he's only going to get bigger and stronger, and you know gets way more familiar with Coach Sanders' system here. He is going to be a serious threat and a reckon to deal with, a mismatch for defenses in the future.
Public address here talking about the drone being above the field, which it's not. But
no, they're sitting back.
So 8 minutes and 18 seconds here on the clock. Palmetto with this commanding 2-0 lead. Little baseball score coming out of the World Series.
2-0. in the second inning.
Oh, big hit on Bryson, but he rolls forward. And good play by the defensive side. We'll see if we can get a number there. That was a really solid tackle.
Yeah, it looks like a short game. It could have been a loss. I think all the runs, for the most part, have been positive yardage.
Substitution there for the Tigers. Checking out of the game is number 87, Colin Griffith. And Ace Luther back into the formation. Trezjarn in the backfield, riding side card left. He runs a fly right down there, and Luther is, or Rupp is going to be sacked, and that's going to be number 24, having a big game tonight, is Dinsley Balthazar.
So taking that sack there, might have had a shot at a long field goal. It would have been a little close. I don't know what the range is, but we're going to play field position here.
Good coverage out there. You have what you had there?
Yeah, he had nowhere to throw it.
Trezjarn
he couldn't even throw it away.
See the wheel route going down the sideline. Good coverage behind there, nowhere to throw.
Yeah, I think that would look like to be his first option. He was eyeballing him.
Bunch drives this one. This time a high. That's a nice punt.
Get down there and catch that thing. Oh, there's the
going to be
flag.
fair catch interference on that on the Tigers. So down was Roberson down there to get close, but you're going to surely that would be the fair catch interference there.
Unless the back was in the way of us trying to field that ball. But I think I agree with you, Brian. Now that punt was completely different. It was a good 4 seconds in the air and hit about the 10 and then bounced into the end zone. So let's see what they call.
Yeah, kind of went from that. The first punt, it's like a 2-iron, and this one here was like a lofting wedge.
Yes, just trying to get that thing up there on the green.
Coach Sanders
Coach not happy.
Not happy.
That's his line there. He has high standards for them. That's only going to make them better. He's talking to Jackson there. There's some learning opportunities always an opportunity to get better.
Joel Delgado. Oh, big pass rush there, Paul Moore, but he throws the ball down the seam in good position of the Palmetto Tigers. And that will be an incomplete pass, stopping the clock at 6:23 here in the second quarter.
Yeah, I think that's the first one they have actually thrown down the field, and I think the Palmetto defenders had a better chance of catching it, but nobody was going to catch that one. So keep everything in front of you, make them beat you with the pass. Great play there on the defense.
And on the play, there was a pass interference call on the play.
Oh my goodness!
And so
I didn't see it.
Yeah, and that's another first down here for the Jaguars. What's happening? The flags are being tossed toward the press box over there on the sideline. We're not seeing any flags on this side of the field. Ball's up, and it is caught running down the sideline, breaking a tackle or two. This should be very interesting on TigerVision. That pass, an interesting look.
Looked like a lateral.
But the arc on it was very unusual.
Get a great angle
Look
there.
at
That looked like a softball pitch almost. Throwing to McKnight there, junior running back, 5'9", 180. That's essentially a running play in their offense, just getting it to their athletes and getting them in space here.
So here we have a water break here, 6:15 on the clock. Delgado awaits the snap. Hands it off to the back. No, it's a fake, and he throws it out there late. Great fake. Good
Another
play
flag.
design.
Two
again.
flags.
Another flag.
So maybe 2 different fouls.
See if we can get a tight shot on the official on this one on the far side of the field.
There, and look, you say it, and it happens.
They're magic behind
They're
us.
magic.
We'll know
If
by
we
the
could lip read, we
you
could hear
could
what
see
they were
by
saying.
the coach's frustration level over there. He thought he had the perfect play calling, and now they're talking about an ejection here. So let's follow that one. See what
Pulling.
So it's an eligible receiver downfield first.
Personal
Personal
foul
foul
against the Tigers,
against
which
the
was
Tigers.
the second flag.
Correct.
So that they were 2. So it's first down. Do they offset?
All right, so we have a flag on both teams. We have an ineligible man downfield.
So an eligible downfield.
And we have a
Personal foul on the Tigers.
The Tigers after play.
This is going,
Just short of the first down.
and they're going to.
And they benefited from that, I guess. Probably where from the
Well,
spot.
generally, it's a loss of down on the ineligible receiver downfield, right? And then the personal foul after it was dead ball. So, but it shows first down here on the marker. Just
Wildcat.
quarterback run around the edge. Great play by Robertson there. Looks like that shirt of his was being tugged on as the running back went around the corner. Check this one out on Tiger.
And again, when they run the Wildcat, it's going to the right. They've shown this all night. It's a way to wrap up on hold on. It's a big back there.
And he is everything as advertised there. The clock shows 5:58, 20, now the play clock begins. It's now at 22. Lots of time as they break the huddle here. Good look at
Still
Roberson
showing first down.
and Paul Moore. Rolling out in coverage for the Tigers, number 13 is Zorian Jolly. And he rolls to his left, throws to his left. Got a receiver down the sideline. Incomplete pass. Woo!
Yeah, he had him. That was a very good throw to number 6.
Take and run down the sideline.
And again, if you're a receiver at a team that's only completed 1 TD pass, these are rare opportunities. He looked that thing all the way in and right just
through
between
the
his
wickets.
hands. That was that one's on the receiver there. Quarterback put it right there for him. That was a great throw.
Wow. And that, run is interesting as listed as a tight end wide receiver at 5'11", 175 as a tight end. This time he rolls to his left. Delgado drops it off to the back. And really good footwork there, but this time Javarian Singleton is tackled there after a gain of 9 yards.
Yeah, just one of those little short, dumpy passes that played well. That good call against the defensive scheme, and was able to get one of their best pass completions of the night, putting them in still a third and short. Yeah, they're knocking on the door.
2 down territory here
Definitely,
for the home squad. Delgado hands the ball to the back, driving forward, powering, grinding. Looks like a loss on the play from this official. So it's a small loss on the play, brings up a 4th and 1. So Palmetto Tiger defense stiffens there.
Be about a 36-yard field goal, but the offense is on the field, and why not? They've got the back that can get the yardage.
Good play there.
May try to draw them off sides. Lots of things here can happen. Quarterback's in so they could throw it. No, it's a direct snap.
And he runs hard. And looks like he picked up that first down, gain of about 2 on the play. So Surprise, surprise, 5:05 on the clock. East Lee County driving, trying to take the lead in this game.
Yeah, a direct snap that didn't run right. They went straight up the gut, and just something putting your best player in the quarterback slot is just something that a defense is just like hard to figure out sometimes. You got to account for all 11 players.
Good cut by the back. Drives forward. It looks like not much of a gain on the play. But you can see tonight, Lazario Rogers, as good as advertised. It looks like he's got the entire package. Good play. Now coming out of the game is Stansel.
And he's carried the load all season, and he still looks very, very fresh. Like I said, he's a track guy. His huddle page says 4.4, and he's every bit of that. But got to keep him contained, and like they did last time, force him to the inside.
Delgado rolls to the right. Now he throws a high one out there, and it's incomplete pass. Just about a foot past the marker. No, not a receiver in the area, but he did get it past the marker.
Yes, yeah, I think that was a good throw. Again, you want them in 3rd and long, so they almost have to throw the ball here. Maybe a blitz here from Coach Arcady.
Twin receivers out here on the right side of the formation. The tight end wide receiver is now lined up out there to the boundary, and they throw it out there. Going to need a block, evades a tackle or two, and very wisely, player did not. Palmetto defender didn't throw him out of bounds. Great catch on the play by Javarian Singleton.
So this, I think they knew that they weren't going to get a first down with this, but this gets them a little bit closer into field goal range, something a little bit more manageable. I didn't get a chance to see the kicker, but he's in, and he's kicking on this. As you called earlier in the game, this is the one that's kind of slanted.
Yeah,
it looks like about 9 feet on the far side.
Yeah,
it's like about a 25-yarder.
And it's up, and it's boy, he hit it thin.
Oh, wow.
But it is up and good.
Yeah, if it had another coat of paint on there, I don't know if it had got over. But it's 3-2 in this baseball game.
Yeah, how about that score? East Lee County with a 3-2 lead with 3 minutes and 3 seconds here remaining in the second quarter. Slow start for the Tigers tonight, Ken.
Yeah, this is a grinded out game, and the battle of defenses and running games. And but again, here as we close out the second half, what we want to see the Tigers do is as we get the ball, as we watch this field goal, just got under it a little bit, and but plenty to spare there for the 3-2 lead. Tigers need to take this 3 minutes and 3 seconds, march down the field, get a score of some sort. If they want to keep it a baseball game, we can kick a field goal and make it 5-3. I'd rather see the touchdown. I'd like to see a kickoff return here, but we get the ball, start the second half, and do the old 2-for-1.
And now, we don't know what to expect out of the kicking game for East Lee. And to kick this one away is number 28, Ruben Ramirez. High kick. Fielded by a back there, has a crease, shakes a tackle or two, and drives to the 42-yard line. Great return.
Maurice Carter on the return. We've seen him do that after he's caught the ball many times. One of our top receivers coming in with 26 catches prior to the game start. The 5'7" sophomore there gets the Tigers in good field position. 2 minutes, 54 seconds. All he needs is a crease.
Yeah.
Couple of misses there. Number 8 there for the Jaguars might have saved the touchdown.
Maurice Carter is kind of I talked to Coach Eric Sanders about a freaky athlete, which you
Oh,
saw
yeah.
before pregame.
Yes.
You know, he does the backflips coming out of the tunnel. He's like a football player, but he has a little Cirque du Soleil aspect to his game. Very elusive. This time it's Birdsong, who's not playing the elusive game. He's thundered a rock for the first down.
Yes.
And
Clock is our friend here. We can run the ball. The Tigers have 2 timeouts according to TigerVision. We're going to just keep this ground game and grind it out.
And
he's running 8-10 yards before he's even touched. So great job by the line there, giving him a little crease to run through there. Stops the clock.
And Bryson again showing, you know, how he comes to play every night, takes the handoff, dives in, thumps off a big tackler, drags 3 or 4 more for a gain of 5 on the play.
Getting that positive yardage, putting the Tigers where they can really open the playbook here. Got plenty of time. Again, the 2 timeouts.
Ooh.
Yeah, he is just brutal.
Oh, and that's what you call a thumper. You saw the first helmet-to-helmet thump as he rumbles down the field. Marquez just pounding the rock.
He's listed at 587, but he plays like he's 200 easy.
Yeah,
he's a tough one to bring
down. Got to reverse to Carter. Needs to get a block. And he shakes a tackle, tries to knife under. It's going to be a gain of about 1 on the play. And there was some yellow gloves.
I saw that too. It's the yellow gloves.
We might catch that on the replay. The yellow gloves on the defender came
yellow
up very
hand-like
late,
thing
and
showing up.
It looked like 2 flags coming out. We're so happy to see the yellow because the flag's been thrown on the other side of the field at the end of this play. So right here at
it is right there. Those 2 yellow gloves.
Watch
there.
him fly in right.
19's wearing.
Yeah, and those came in, and he picked up his hand, and we thought.
You catch those in your peripheral, and
that was great.
It's the flag. There's 2 flags. Got a player.
That was a little bit of fun here. Player down on the field.
Or a timeout. I didn't hear.
And Palmetto burning timeouts tonight. Here he comes. Maurice Carter. Knifes
then
below.
there's the yellow coming from the.
There it is.
There they are. There they are. So it's 3rd down and a manageable about 4. You'd say
short 4. Yeah.
So probably a good idea to take a timeout here. There's 1:14 on the clock. 2 down territory here. We want to get a score. There's plenty of time. Very wise call, Coach Sanders. Dial up. Let's see what he dials up here. Of course, he's probably has 2 or 3 plays here, and he's going to look over their defense, and he may make an alternate call here, as he's done many times. Nope.
Bryson thunders his way forward. First down.
That's a pretty easy call. Just run between the guard and the tackle there. Up a little pushing around there. Get your hand. Yep. Great call there.
Watch his body lean here.
Yes.
No, look at that. He's leaning toward the line of scrimmage.
But he is already 3 or 4 yards, and then he's carrying him for another 3 or 4 and stops the clock. Got about a minute. Clock's running here. They've started it up. Plenty of time.
Could go. It's handoff to Trejarn. Breaks a tackle, and he goes for another first down. It's going to stop the clock.
Stop the clock. I would have almost had him fall down before he got into the end zone just to eat the clock here. 46 seconds. But, man, there's just I could, as Rick Wells would say, I could run through those holes. They're so huge there. They're just grinding them here.
Yeah, really had it 8 yards clear until he made that final cut. We got a stoppage of play
I think the Jaguars called a timeout. There's 20 seconds, so we'll take that one there so we don't have to use ours. So Tigers can do a lot of things here with the clock stop. They can throw it. They can continue to run. 29. So I thought it said 20. They can still run the ball the way they're getting 7, 8, 9 yards a clip here. It's very safe to run, I would think.
Because you do have
another jet sweep.
and you do have one timeout, jet sweep, and you can run out of bounds, at
Run out of
the
bounds.
completion of the play, but you got to stop the clock. So
Yes, you save that for the field goal. It generally takes 20 to 25 seconds to get your team on there to kick it. So you want to save, and he knows that, you want to save that timeout for if you have to kick the field goal to keep this to be a baseball game.
And really, the Tigers, you got to get points out of this possession.
Absolutely. And you want to do that 2 for 1 because we're going to get that ball to start the second half. Really open this game up.
Oh, good jump over there by the DN. Maybe it's going to be encroachment over there. They caught him over there. I didn't think that he crossed the line of scrimmage. He got a very good start. And,
maybe we can see that again. So it was on this side, our side?
Yeah. And
over here. So we're looking at the right side of the screen. Yes. Right. I couldn't see him because of the quarterback. Yes, good call, Brian. He just timed it, maybe just changing that cadence a little bit.
On the D-line, you can move, and as long as you don't go across the line of scrimmage, that was very close.
Yes.
But a big break for the Tigers here. Stops the clock with 27-2 on the clock. Roth, this time he has Van Trez Yard behind him there, right and left side card. Handle it to him. He's got a blocker out there. He's in for 6.
That was an easy run. First and goal like that, just to run the ball in untouched. Great job. Great management of the clock. Great play calling. Offensive line is just dominating the line of scrimmage tonight, and the backs are benefiting from it. And so now we're up to the 8-3 lead, and I think when you're up by 5, you go for you kick the point.
Dylan McLean will hold that. Shophocker with a snap. Liam Harold waits the kick. Good spot.
He
and
jumped.
The kick's blocked. It's dead ball.
Now,
right
I see
there.
those yellow gloves again, but I thought he might have got a little head start on that, but apparently not.
Now that time that was well timed because that one looked like he was.
Watch this again. He's coming from the far. No, this is the touchdown. Running untouched, 62 there, leading the way. He can't keep up with him, but it doesn't matter. His job is already done. They just nice trap there. Sweet, easy. Easy.
And when Michael Lambert, this pulling guard, comes out there, you won't see a lot of challengers here. See that?
And Michael might have scored on that. Yeah, I mean he was booking pretty good for a big guy. As we watch it for the 5th time, little rub block there, and it's just a foot race there.
And Michael was just praying that the back would hesitate and cut that one back inside. So he'd have about 290 on a 135-pound DB.
That's not fair. That's not fair.
We don't talk enough along all the networks, but about the play of the offensive linemen. With the backs doing everything, Trez with a touchdown here, Bryson doing his thing, but it's all about those guys up front, Ken.
Yeah, our guys have won the battle tonight. They've got the great back, but we've got our own, and we're winning the battle here. Did a little squib kick there.
I like that call.
Great call.
Very much.
Yes, they're not going to. They've got 2 timeouts according to TigerVision, but they're not going to beat us deep. There's 17 seconds here. Yeah, just squib that thing, and the thing moves around a little bit. You might get a funky bounce there and get the ball back. You
got the bounce you want, and
he did.
You just went off the player, and very fortunate.
This young man has really come along as a kicker this year. Just a sophomore, and has come along having a great season. Gonna need him in the playoffs. So just we have great special teams and great special teams coaches.
Tegan Rund is out here wide to the right. And it's a reverse. Got the edge over there. Palmetto Tigers need to pull this one inside. Big hit. There's a hold.
And
there's a flag. And way back.
Way back where the back judge, 30 yards behind where the action is. maybe we can pick it up here because it's coming our way. So they've been running the Wildcat. What you do is run a reverse.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's a block in the back.
Block in
is
the
what
back,
that was
yes.
clearly.
And from our shot there, you could see the ref with his 35-yard toss
Which
there.
tonight, looking at the wind over there, that was
Yeah.
a nice
Yes.
toss of the that's a good shot. We've got a brisk wind, probably running about 20 miles an hour.
It's
now.
kind of blowing in his. It's blowing. He threw that into a little bit of a wind. Beautiful night for football. You live for this time of the year. As we can watch it again. I'll look for the block in the back coming up here, as Brian called out earlier. Bam! Right there. That's and the flag should be coming right into your living room on the right side there. He flung that thing 25 yards into the wind.
I don't have the officiating crew here tonight, as far as on our roster information we have, but we would have to give him props. Cam Stansel was injured on the play.
Yeah, looked like he was holding his arm. That's one thing we do not. As you went over to the keys to the game here, we don't need any serious injuries tonight as we're closing the end of our regular season, getting ready for the playoffs. Good crowd here tonight from Palmetto. We may have as many as they have here tonight.
All right, during a little music here, perhaps we can have Aiden Williams on the Arctic Air sideline report tonight. We'd like to dial it down to Aiden. And so we're going to have Aiden in just a moment. Only 8 seconds remain in this one.
He's right there in front of us. Okay. 8 seconds. Probably the last play, unless he throws an incomplete.
Looks like there might be a halfback toss on this one, something different. And he throws a long, very nice-looking ball. It's going to be knocked at Trez Yarn with a chance to make a play. That's going to leave 2.2 seconds on the clock.
Yeah, just keep everything in front of you. Make them beat you on the long ball. You can play with any of these wide receivers and make a play here, as Trez almost did. You'll get another opportunity.
Now here with 2.2, your ball, it's second down.
Yeah, they're going to have to do something out of the ordinary or spin off, like you said, of a reverse.
Yeah, there was an amendment on the ballot for the North River Fire, and they may see a hook and ladder type play here.
Keep them in front of you.
And really nice gain on the play.
Yeah.
Going to increase the statistics there.
Yeah, that's going to pad the quarterback play, but you use that 12th defender, that sideline there, because eventually he ran out of space to run, and that's going to end our first half. Brian?
That should be the end of the first
Should
half.
be, yes.
And it doesn't look like the teams on either side of the ball in a hurry to get back there. So if you watch this one develop, Delgado throws it out there.
Yeah.
And Javarian Singleton.
He can move.
Yeah, he can fly.
But you just run out of room. Use that 12th defender there, a sideline. Keep it in front of you. Yeah, here comes the halftime.
Taking it into the Richardson-Stinton halftime report.
You're watching TigerVision, presented by Conley Buick GMC. Stay tuned. We'll be right back after these messages.
Hey everyone, I'm Bobby Martin, sales consultant here at Conley Buick GMC. Born and raised here in Bradenton, Florida, right here at Manatee Memorial. Right now we have a 1500 GMC Denali. It's a 5.3 V8 gas engine. Here you do get the lifetime powertrain warranty. Also includes 10 years roadside assistance. One of the reasons why you buy here at Conley is because we treat you like family. It's third generation. As many of the people that work here, we are all born and raised here. We take pride in helping the people around us, not only if you're local, but also if you are import out of state and everything of that nature. We sell nationwide. One of the biggest things here is we like to take care of everybody. You won't find a better sales staff. You'll never have to settle for anything less than exceptional service. Again, I'm Bobby at Conley Buick GMC. Stop by and see us today.
Dad, what's wrong?
I don't know how to write this next commercial.
Well, what do you want to say?
I don't want people thinking we're not big enough or get enough money for our clients, but I don't know how to say that without sounding cheesy.
I think I have an idea. How about this one?
I'm not that guy.
How about this one?
That's cute, but that's definitely not me.
Well, just tell everyone you have 4 offices on the Suncoast. So you're big enough to handle any case, but local enough to care.
That's not bad, but what about the money?
Well, how else did you afford to put 4 kids in braces?
Howdy, folks. Welcome to Conley Country, where we have a huge selection of GMC Canyons. Who's that?
Hello, my child.
Well, hello there, Mother Earth. Why have you stopped by to join us today?
Well, as a theoretical being that can literally pick up a canyon, I wanted to advise the people how they can be just like me. But they must stop at Conley Buick GMC, for all the other dealers will send them up the river.
Well, that's very kind of you.
Yes, indeed. It's also very kind not to litter your huge styrofoam gas station soft drink cup out the window onto the freeway. But back to the canyon at hand. You can get colors like volcanic red, summit white, and my personal favorite, solar flare. Available now at Conley Buick GMC, where they treat you like family. I highly recommend them.
Well, we're very happy to have your endorsement.
Well, tonight's ladies' night at Club Equator, so I must be going.
All right, goodbye now.
Goodbye, my child. Don't forget to hit the light switch on the way out of the house.
Well, there you have it, folks. Mother Earth.
Stop by Conley Buick GMC today to purchase a brand new 2024 Canyon. Tell them Mother Earth sent you.
Hello, I'm Scott Whitaker with Arctic Air Services. We started our business from the ground up and grew it based on the service end of the industry. We own over 50 vehicles, which we depend on every day to make our business run smoothly. We know the value and importance of offering great production and excellent service. That's why we choose Conley Buick GMC, because they provide us with the best cars and trucks and have a service department second to none. Next time you're in the market for a vehicle, I highly recommend Conley Buick GMC, where they'll treat you like family.
Hey guys, it's Alan Conley from Conley Buick GMC. Halftime's almost over, so make sure you stay tuned. Go Tigers!
Took about an hour and 5 minutes to play, and it's just the way this game has the game plans have lined up. It's going to grinding it out on both sides. We'll get the stats to see how that stands, but I think it would be definitely favoring the Tigers. Yeah, here we go. The Tigers with 130 yards compared to just 44. And that's mostly Lazario Rogers, the big back, probably the best back we've seen all year. They have really kept a tight hand on him. He is the real deal, and but we have some good backs too. And they have been running through some huge holes. 17 rushes, 130 yards, 7, 8, 9 yards a clip there. It's going to be a long night. Passing has almost been non-existent. Just 10 for the Tigers and 35 for East Lee there, Brian.
Yeah, and one of the things we do, we try to work with students at Palmetto High School, develop the TigerVision product that we have here. And during this Richardson Stenton roofing halftime, we've had so many storms, And there's a young man, Aiden Williams at Palmetto High School. You know, every time I went out to the bagging sand and helping me at the office during the home time festivities here, Aiden, his brother, and his dad were helping someone in the community. Talked to Aiden quite a bit, a sports enthusiast. We're trying to set him up on the sidelines tonight. I think we've had some range problems, but I'm going to turn it over to Aiden Williams. Aiden, God bless you, man. It's so great to have you here on the program tonight.
Thank you for having me.
What are your thoughts on the first half? Was this what you expected?
I expected us to be up more, of course, but the running game on our side has been elite. Nothing to stop us. And defense on both sides has been great too.
Yes. What about what have you seen on the sideline tonight that maybe we've missed up here? Anything come to mind?
Well, obvious frustration from the coaches and them because of all the penalties that have been against us. But that's expected when we have.
And you let us know earlier tonight, we were trying to cue you up. You had told us on the way down here about the quarterback situation. So you want to give us the little insight you shared with us on our journey, 109-mile journey to East Lehigh School. You have class with Jackson.
Yeah, I have a 6-period AP Gov and Econ with Jackson. And I noticed during class that he had a splint on his hand, and he had a thing around his right thumb. And as you see him during the game, he has something taped around his thumb. And that's had a fair impact on him. Not a lot of passes, mostly been running the ball.
Do you think it's impacted his throwing?
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with you also. I was talking to his coach, and he said, yeah, it's definitely a factor. And he kind of looked at me like, how did I know that? And but we had some intel there that was prior to the game. But he said it's just he can play with it, and he's going to gut himself through. Any thoughts about the second half? What do you think the Tigers may try to do here?
Well, obviously they need to hold back on the penalties, and they need to stop their run.
Yes. Do you have any classes with Coach Arcady?
No.
Okay. I don't know what he may not even teach her. I know he's our defensive coordinator. How impressed have you been with the defense so far, with their with their how they've covered Lazario Rogers, their stellar running back?
They've played an amazing defense. Only 44 rushing yards, held them back fair compared to how they've held our running backs back.
Yeah, he came in tonight with over 1,000 yards, and he's played against some very stellar talent here in the last couple of weeks. So, yeah, the defense has played lights out. I know Coach was talking about gap, and they so far so good. They've kind of kept him in check.
All right, I got some tough questions for you here during this long break here, Aiden. You know, one of the unfortunate things about TigerVision is if you have that volunteer heart and you don't mind working and grinding and providing service to the community, you're probably going to end up on the TigerVision team. And tonight you show up as kind of an A-lister. And it's one of those things, hard work pays off, and all the hard work and everything you've done, but sometimes it can backfire. And the old man at the office down the street is like, hey, tonight I need you on TigerVision. I need you to do play-by-play. But it's great to have somebody that looks young and fresh and on it. And had some issues. We've had some issues getting the communications down there to you, Aiden. But it's great to have you here. It's so much fun. Palmetto Tigers are going to start with the ball the first possession of this half. Now, what do you expect to see? You know, we've seen great halftime adjustments out of the coaching staff here. The Palmetto Tigers come from behind and they extend things in the second half. What do you see on that first possession? What do you expect to see, Aiden?
Well, with Jackson Roth's thumb being injured, I see them handing the ball off way more than usual, and I hope that Bryson and Yarn will be able to split the defense and take us down the field.
Yeah, and then Ken and I talked about it on the truck ride down here, and I know you were bored out of your skull as we talked to each other, but there's the difference of one carry between the two backs. One had 105 and one had 104, the balance there. And Coach Sanders, what he would like to have is the balanced offense. And I looked at Jackson before the game. It looked like he was throwing the ball pretty well. He had a nice spiral in the ball, big hands. And so I think this is something probably is just, you can sometimes tweak something in there, and it looks like he'll be all right. But we may go back and, okay, I'll give you two options, Aiden. You want to pound the rock, run the rock, or you want to air it out coming out in the second half?
I want to run the rock.
Run the rock. And, as we talked about in the broadcast last week, the Palmetto Tigers with 292 yards rushing, making ground beef out of those Longhorns. You'd like to see a repeat of that here in the second half, right?
Yes, sir.
So, senior in high school this year?
Yes, sir. Class of 2025.
All right. Well, I already know. I've seen you enough around town. I already know you're strong. I already know that you can do a lot of construction type stuff. I know that you're in AP classes, so I know that you're smart. And so there's a lot of doors that are open for you now. And so looking forward to the future, you're talking about going into perhaps a trade right off the bat, college. What's the future plan?
I plan on either going to trade school to do HVAC, or I plan on getting my general contractor's license after 1 year under a license.
Fantastic. Probably, and it takes a little, the general contractor's license, insurance license, other licenses, law degrees, those kind of things. Those are hard to get, but in with the background of AP classes, those kind of things, you'll probably do that with no sweat. Well, I'm going to turn it over to Ken for the hard questions now for you, Aiden.
Well, is there anything you want to ask us? I'll give you a chance to flip it back on us.
What would you guys like to see out of the Tigers in the second half?
I would like to see it become, like I said, towards the end of the half, they had the 3 minutes and they went down the field and scored, and then we get the ball back. Much like in the Parrish game, we got the ball and they went right down the field and scored, and then they turned that game around. Yeah, the way the score is now, it's a little too close for me, just like you said earlier. So however they do that, whatever works, doesn't matter. You just as long as we have more points to them at the end of the game. But right now, one big play, one player that falls down, and there's nobody there to back up, and that we could be behind here real quick.
Okay, Brian, I got a question for you.
All right, Aiden, I'm ready for your tough question.
What do you think the Tigers need to clean up on the most?
Well, obviously the penalties in the first half, that contributed to the success and the not being successful out there, and really maybe perhaps peeking ahead. You got a 6A District 11 game. The rating said this would be a blowout, a running clock, and you have to wonder if the players were looking ahead. Now, the game is against Lakewood Ranch on Thursday night. So this upcoming Thursday, these with a quick turnaround, and you have to wonder if, you've been looking ahead. So what I would like to see the Tigers do is to focus on what is in front of them right now tonight and go out there and try to get some points and put a little spread of points on the board. And then in the fourth quarter, you got a 6A-11 district game, but you got to get that point spread out there, then back it off and play some of the other players. There's a lot of talented players out there. You got players that haven't had a lot of playing time. We'd like to see them in the fourth quarter. So that's what I would like to see in this game, Aiden.
I completely agree. I think we need to get this lead ahead and show our young Tiger talent some love.
Yeah, and and the longer this game goes on, the more likelihood you are to have injuries, and bad things can happen. And the other thing in a tight game like this, you're one turnover or a couple of bad plays away from catastrophe. It would be, you come into this game at 7-1, you want to extend it to 8-1, and that would be rough. That would be rough. Now, at TigerVision fans at home, if you're tired of listening to the drone of my voice, one of the things you can do is look at the scroller at the bottom of the screen here. We will give you insight to the scores around the area, and you can check those out. And we really focus our attention for the production of the performance of the student athletes. We want to get these guys out there and have what they do out there on things like X. And, from your perspective, Aiden, we've got a bunch of guys, family guys that do this thing and have come into the game. And what are you seeing as part of the team here? Have you found that it's a lot of work to make this show go off?
Yep, a lot of work. You need a lot of people. But luckily, we have a great team here who can get things accomplished so we can give this show to all the Tiger fans at home.
And wouldn't you like to have your, big play or a great shot that you made that people could look at for YouTube on the next 20 years?
Well, everyone wants to be, in the sunshine, but you need to spread the love amongst the team. Everyone here works hard, has a assigned role, and our team is great. We get everything done to put on this excellent show for the fans at home.
Yeah, and we're going to get you back to the live action of the football here because, it says – in all labor there is profit, but mere talk leads to poverty. And we're about to have some action, get away from all the talk here and have some football. Ken?
The Tigers are heading back on the field. They'll show up here on your screen shortly. That's coming out of the south end zone. Right to left. Tigers get the second half kickoff when we resume here. They'll go through their warm-ups, and we should be getting away here momentarily. Some games to watch tonight. It's Tigers in our region. We've won our district. We will very likely have a home game in 2 weeks as we start the state playoffs. But the Tigers are sitting number 3 in Class 6A Region 3. So the number 1 seed tonight, West Boca. Home field advantage in this region is very important because it goes all the way. The district goes north up to Pasco County, comes down to Lee County, but then goes across the state to Palm Beach County. So in Palm Beach County, the number 1 seed is West Boca. They're ranked number 3 in the state. They're 7-1. But they have a tough game tonight against a 5A school called Atlantic. They're actually favored to lose that game. So there's a chance they could go down tonight. The number 2 and number 4 teams, Wiregrass Ranch and Mitchell, are with the Tigers being in the middle at number 3. They will play each other next week. So one of them is going to go down with a loss. And then the Tigers have also – so the Tigers have a tough battle next week against Lakewood Ranch because, Brian, they're on the outside looking in currently as the number 9 seed. So Lakewood Ranch would not be in the playoffs. But we have to go there like we did last week for our homecoming and have to they have everything to play for where they could knock us off, move us down in the rankings. They would squeak into the playoffs. So there's a lot of different, a lot of football here left to play, and a lot of big games, and a lot of reason to play football still here in November.
Man, and what some great looks here. And I wanted to say, I've seen Jordan down there with Aiden. My son Jordan Varnador's down setting things up. And I want to say happy birthday to Jordan, November 2nd.
It's a big day for you.
That's a big day.
For your first child.
Yeah, and I will be attending a birthday party with my son Jordan that the wife has set up and missing the Florida-Georgia game. How
That's
about
a
that
big deal. Well, it's priorities.
So that's a big deal.
That is a thing you just have to do. You can't miss a birthday party like
priorities,
that.
Priorities. Family, faith, family, sports.
In that order.
In that order. So, so there we go.
Yeah, happy birthday, Jordan. And goodness, we did so many birthday parties with those boys. We had Jordan in November. Chad was January. Christmas was December. Chad was January. Luke was March. And you have Christopher Culpepper had a birthday.
Yeah.
And then you had Lawrence Shackelford with a birthday. So those boys had it all figured out where they would have a huge birthday party together like every month, and they had Christmas thrown in there too.
And families had so much fun, and then you and I would get drug into all those parties on a monthly basis. Right?
Yes.
It's like, oh, here we go
I
again.
still remember on Chad's birthday when we took him to SeaWorld, the crew, and we rode the I don't know, it's the water ride. It's the one that it's the roller coaster that turns into a water ride. It's 40 degrees out in January in Orlando, and we rode that thing 7 times in a row. I think it was for his 7th birthday. Hey, you got to do it 7 times. So we all did that 7 times, but had a blast with them. And so a lot of great memories on those birthdays with these boys.
And at the close of this Richardson-Stenton halftime report, Richardson-Stenton Roofing, we once again, as we look at the field conditions here and around the county, the community, we thank Richardson-Stenton Roofing for keeping those secure roofs over our head, a shelter in the time of storm. Now we're going to have the kickoff, and approaching this one. And it is a high short kick. It's going to be fielded there. And it's Carter.
Oh, my goodness. Carter's off to the races.
Down the sideline. Man, they've got some speed in coverage, and he's all the way to the 22-yard line.
So Maurice Carter catches this thing on the 30. Well, you want to keep everybody inside the 30 for great coverage. So they just plop this thing up to him, and he catches this thing and then turns the Jets. Catches on at about the 26. By the 35, he's broken a tackle, and he is turning on the Jets here. And it's a foot race now. So the Tigers, just what we wanted, just like they did with Parrish behind. They got that kick start in the second half, took the ball down and scored. Tigers got a very short field. Expect to see, as we talked about at halftime, that they're going to grind this thing out.
And Javarian Singleton showed some great speed in coming up with a tackle this time. And that is Trez Yarn looking for a hole. Makes 1 or 2 miss, driving down inside of the 10-yard line. Talking to Aiden Williams at the halftime break, we were talking about what you wanted the Tigers to do is come out and pound the rock early and often on this first possession. Aiden, what's it look like down there?
He must still be out of range, but 2 plays in, less than a minute, and we're knocking on the door inside the 5 here, Brian.
Now you got the big thumper there. Marquez Bridson in the backfield. They hand it to him. Got a pulling guard. Great block. Yes, he's in. But David Hayes, number 75 for the Tigers. When you get an opportunity, check this one out. Bridson's doing great. But look at the big fella out in front.
Yes. And that's where the game has been won tonight, has been in the trenches with the Tigers.
And that was absolutely terrifying.
So 52 seconds in, the Tigers have already exceeded my expectations. I thought it would be, they'll gash them here, 10 yards here, 12 yards there, but started with the kickoff. 52-second score. Here's the PAT. They didn't get it that time.
It's up and good. Liam Harold A clean exchange. Great job by Schoppacher firing that back to McLean. And Harold continues to grind his numbers up.
So here we go. Number 75?
75.
75, yeah. He saw him. He was pulling.
Yeah.
Kind of got blocked out there. But
David Hayes.
you've got some David Hayes coming around the corner like that
Forget
with a
about
little
it.
bit full. Yeah, I'm going to just get out of the way
Not
here.
in a hurry.
Here you go. Watch him. He's pulling, looking for somebody. Yes, that was the only person there that could have saved that touchdown, and it was all he had to do was get his big body in the way. And as we've said, they have dominated this game. Coach Sanders works with the offensive line. It's very apparent. He was getting on to him early, and they have really here responded. So in less than 4 minutes, they have put 15 points on the board, 13 points on the board. Got that safety.
Yeah, so it's, a 15-3 score here, 11:08 in the third quarter. Liam Harrell, very, very, very short approach here.
Yeah.
He's got the wind at his back. Look for a little pooch kick here. High kick.
Some hang time. Going to let it bounce. That's not a good idea.
Oh, and he's got a running. This kid is very fast, Ken. He's on the edge to the sideline.
Keep him inside. You got to keep him inside.
Chased by Roberson. Roberson comes all the way down the field, but big return on the play. And, we have seen Javarian Singleton. He caught Maurice Carter on the last play on the big kick return to open up the third quarter. And then returning the ball himself, he shows superior speed.
Yeah, so when you look at their roster, they don't have a lot of players, but he's the only one under the position. So if you sorted it, he would go right to the top because he's one of those ATHs, and you see it right here. They just let the ball bounce. He had to go get it, so he started on our side of the field. He's running 53 yards across the field, running full speed there. You got to keep him turned in, or he's going to take this thing to the touchdown here. But apparently, there must have been some type of flag here, Brian, that we missed.
It's the
crackback, because they would have had the ball near midfield on that excellent kickoff return.
We missed it, but it was picked up on the TigerVision shot. As I looked over at my buddy Rich Robick sitting over here to my right, I could see out of the corner of my eye.
Just like those yellow gloves.
Yeah, that's why we have the pros behind us in the production truck.
Well, good find there.
Yeah, so that was a
40-yard penalty. I mean, they had the ball literally right in front of us near here midfield from our perspective.
So an offsides on the Tigers. But going back to the kick return, in our day, that a crackback block or blocking a player that's a defenseless player, he was running, in position, trying to make a tackle there. And it wasn't a block in the back. It was a face-to-face hit, though. So that's a call that would have never been made 10 years ago.
You just had to have your head on a swivel.
Yeah, that was a good block is why that was called years ago. Now that brings up a gain of about 2 on the play.
So Tigers have kept Rogers in check. He's the real deal, but when you have to go 90 yards against this defense and you can't throw, you have not been successful throwing the ball down the field. It really limits what you can do. They, again, as Coach was telling them pregame, you've got to play gap, stay in your gap, stay in your lane, and don't let a big play happen. And so far, so good with the Tigers. Make them throw the ball to beat you.
Oh, a little bit. Oh, nice little second option there. And making the tackle for the Tigers is number 25, Jamari Davis. And
probably their best pass play of the night. Just a slant, one step, throw it in there, and that looked like had a little bit of a zone going there. Threw it in between for a nice gain. But we'll give these up all day. And make them chew clock to beat us here. We've got a player down.
Stephen Alexis, the receiver on that play, number 10, shows good size out there. He's running back, tight end, strong safety, 6 foot, 203 pounds. But, for a 200-pound guy, that was a very crisp route out there. Ball delivered on time. Delgado showed nice arm talent on the play.
Yeah, it looks like they had run that play successful and that they were a passing team. Looked very normal, like they didn't have to really to do much to make it happen.
Now, doubtful. This is worrisome tonight because on tonight, you got a game Thursday. You're seeing an injury out there for a Palmetto Tiger player on the field.
Number 30, hopefully it's just the breath knocked out of him. He's moving his hands there.
Okay, not listed on my roster here. Maybe it's
JV player.
Yeah, I don't know if that's 32. I don't know if you got a number on that.
I didn't see.
Yeah, 32 would be Stephon Gibson out there, a senior. Here he comes off the field.
Looks like he's
it's number 30,
35. Yeah.
And that wasn't on my roster here today, so I apologize for that. And if I had Aiden on the Arctic Air sideline report, I could ask
He
Aiden,
would know exactly who it is.
Number 35.
Might have a class with him.
Yeah, it looks like he just caught a little bit of a dinger right there.
Yeah.
I don't see any real.
Want to avoid any major injuries as we wind down this season. Need to stay as healthy as possible.
Now looking over the sideline, we have Steve Alexis in the backfield there with Delgado. And they're just running a power play to the right, kicking it old school for a gain. Bounces off a tackle, drives forward for about a 7-yard gain.
Yeah, just again the Wildcat running it to the right, which they've shown that play many times tonight. Some success, but mostly the Tigers have kept them in check. Make them have to work their way to, if they're going to score, make them have to work hard. I would, if I was betting, I would go with the Tigers' defense the way they have played tonight. They only had less than 60 yards of I can't remember what the number was, but it was not a whole lot of total offense in the first half.
Oh, there's a little movement by the wide receiver. No call on the play pre-snap. And that was interesting because the receiver went across the line of the scrimmage and then came back and was moving as the ball was snapped.
Was it on this side or this?
It was on
this side. So
this side of the field.
Catch it again. You can point it out.
So he got away with one over there.
Yeah, that happens. That happens. Yeah, we've had our some. It's timing that snap count. It's a game of inches, as they say.
3rd and less than 2 yards on the play. Delgado waits, and he's just going to run forward, and that's probably the back slipped in with a Wildcat.
That's Rogers, yeah.
Lazario Rogers. Number 51 for the Tigers, hustling off the field, and that is Chris Gibson.
Yeah, maybe his helmet came off.
And he showed a lot of hustle there.
Yes, he can move. Moves well for a big guy.
Well over 3 bills.
He's had a great season for the Tigers.
Hey, it's doubles here. Tight end left.
7:45 on the clock. Jaguars hanging tough. Throws a long ball down there. Looks like there's going to be defensive holding on the play. Pass interference.
Thrown into double coverage there.
Yeah, probably no reason.
No reason if you've got the corner covering with the safety help. Yeah, they're going to call the interference. So it's a 10-yard penalty,
which will bring up a first 15-yard penalty. Brings up a first down in high school. Not an automatic first down.
It's 50,
but it was enough to
get them the first down. Yeah. They don't scare you throwing the deep ball, and you have help here. Yeah, that could go either way. They're both pointing fingers at each other.
Oh,
good
play!
Oh, they had
breaks
him.
the tackle down the sideline. Oh, there's a late one right there.
That's going to be late hit.
Oh my goodness! No call.
Oh, we may have dodged a bullet right there because you add 15 yards to where they are, and they're in
Javarin is a player. I mean,
yes, he's been very impressive.
Speed coming out here, well out of bounds. Now that probably should have been called a penalty there.
Yes, we
dodged a bullet on that one. They got the Jaguar screech here.
They have it. It's just
down.
like you were in Jacksonville watching the NFL team direct snap.
Delgado, they're trying to strip the ball from him, Kennedy and others, and he goes for a nice gain on the play. Clock is winding here, 7:19.
Yeah, they're playing. They need to score to stay in this game to at least cut it back to one score. And
the Jaguars tonight, you know, how do you compete with a team that probably has bigger, more athletes out there, you know, and you can see there's some athletes.
And the momentum, you know, they started out 4-0 like we did, but they've lost their last 4, and we've been 3-1. It's a tale of two seasons.
How do you do it? You go back to the old formula. You manage the clock. You know,
and you keep it low scoring here.
You keep it low scoring.
Yes.
You keep it a close game. You play close to the vest. You play good defense. And so it's a confusing formula, you know, if you bring that 1950s to 1980s style football, because people haven't seen it. And that's why, you know, teams like Vandy in college football have a chance to go out there and knock out an Alabama because they go back to the old formulas that no one has seen in such a long time.
And you only have 1 week to prepare for it, and you don't have the personnel to run it because you didn't recruit those kind of players.
That's exactly right. So this time they do a naked bootleg around the side. Really good.
Nice run by the quarterback.
Nice run, but good containment over there by the.
And to the Tigers' credit, as the Jaguars are marching down the field, they have done well containing these great players on this Jaguar team, these great athletes in the skilled positions. They pretty much held them in check here, and it's been the contain
and a great block,
pushing them back in.
Great block by the running back, you know, who's a runner, Rogers, with a great block on Quez.
And he's lined up in the hit, splitzing.
Now this one's not going to work. Bryson this time.
No.
He's like, you're not going to block me this time. Similar type. The last time Bryson got blocked by the back. This time, you can see he came off with fire in his back pockets.
Yeah, absolutely. They sent the house there. There wasn't enough people to block everybody that time, and as we watched the replay, they're sending the house. Look at that. There's only 5 linemen, and there's probably 7 or 8, 9 in the box. They know they're going to run to the right with the Wildcat, and there's just more players that can be blocked, and they had no chance.
Yeah, Hills with the tackle, but Bryson really across the line early and brings up a 4th down.
So it's 4th, and looks like it's short, like a foot. So obviously they're going to go for this, and what they've run in the past would be the Wildcat to Rogers straight up the middle. They just pick a gap.
All right, Aiden. It's a 4th and a very short. It's time for a big stop. Aiden Williams on our sideline report.
This Tiger defense has to bring up this big stop on 4th down.
Thank you for that Arctic Air report from Aiden Williams on the sideline. And now Palmetto Tigers have the ball.
Oh, they have the ball.
Yeah.
My bad.
Well,
they stopped
chain
them.
gain is showing 4 over
Yes.
here, and what we're seeing on this side of the field, it's not a dial-up chain, it's a flipper, I guess.
Yes, and so he forgot to flip.
Well, it may show 1 on the other side, Ken.
You're right.
No, it is a dial-up.
It is
he's
a dial-up.
Confused. Okay,
yes.
so he's confused over there, so we're okay this time.
But it's 3rd down now, but it should be second
down.
It's second down
on the mark.
So if he doesn't do anything and we don't get a 1st down, he'll be caught up.
Okay, so the referee
is looking
at the yard.
Get it right, man.
He's got the second 2 on there, so we're right.
Yep.
And eventually, we figured it out here at East Lee. Ball's loose. Okay.
We got it. We got a
Bryson or
favorable bounce there.
Bantrez Yarn on a good recovery.
We've had no turnovers, I believe, tonight, and that could have been the first one in a bad spot. And the quarterback playing with bad thumb tonight. You do not want to get that hand down there. Dylan, try to grab that ball.
Now that brings up a third and a bunch. 4:21. Obviously, look for something like a screen.
Yeah, I'm agreeing. A screen and then set up some blocking.
Oh, they jump offside. That's going to help a little bit.
Yeah, so we'll get 5 of it back. Offsides, defense. So we got basically what we lost there, almost probably. So it's going to be third and still behind the chains, probably about 14 or 15, Brian. A screen, a reverse.
Or it looks like you have a single high safety. You want to have a combination route, drive the safety.
Yes.
Now it's dropping back into a cover 2.
A wheel route if they're going to throw it. They're going to stop and think about it. Probably very wise here to burn that time out.
Yeah.
Look over the defense. As you said, they were in a single high, but then immediately dropped back into the 2 safety look. So
pre-snap, and then we really didn't. With the play clock expiring.
Yes, and then looked like another learning opportunity there. So Coach probably had a couple of things dialed up, and they've got to manage their time there.
Well, you can tell the Palmetto Tigers are feeling very loose out there. You saw the offensive line out there.
Yes. I think Coach would not mind that as long as they executed on third down. Just having a good time here.
So you just see
great shot there.
Michael Sanders looked very smooth out
yes,
there.
For the 2 big gentlemen there, got some moves there. Got the mouthpiece going.
No pressure, third and field with early start for the Tigers. Jackson Roth, he falls on top of that.
There's those yellow hands again.
I got you again.
But that is 2 snaps here that have been trouble for Jackson. So let's cut our losses here. Let's punt this thing out here and play defense.
So you can expect a kick here from Cale Bunce. Now what we do know, we've had enough time to see here this number 2, Javirin Singleton back there to return this one.
Yes, he's dangerous.
He can fly. Oh, a lot of time.
Oh, they blocked it. That's what you did not want.
The ball's still live.
Special teams touchdown.
And it is in for 6 now.
Looked like a breakdown on the right side. They blocked an extra point earlier where they had a timed player that timed and was able to easily block the kick. But look on the right side. It looked like he had to go back and get the ball. He's right-footed, coming back to the right side and easily blocked. And just what you did not want to happen. And a special teams play can turn a game around just like that. So a little bit of momentum shift here with an easy score.
It looked like that was number 37, which is not on my roster here. So that's a sad situation. Unfortunate to get his name in there with the block and the touchdown. Right? Same player.
Same player.
Running one on late. So with 3:04 on the clock, the kick is up, and it is good. So now the Palmetto Tigers are leading in this game at East Lee, but the score is surprising. Palmetto 15, East Lee 10.
Yeah, as well as the Tigers have played tonight, the score does not reflect it. And just two missed snaps on the center quarterback exchange as we're looking into the, as you call the stress box. They're doing a great job in there, so that the two the missed snaps and then the block kick, and we got us a ball game here. We still got a ways to go. We still have 15 minutes of football to play. But if they continue to do what they've done in the past, they're going to kick this ball to Carter, who's sitting over there waiting for it, and we're going to have great field position.
Yep, very early in the game. I do not expect to see any kind of onside kick.
Yes, it's too early for that, but lining up over on the far, I expect them to kick it over to Carter again, which I would not do. Maybe since he's lined up over on his side, they're going to kick back this way.
Well, Shane Partridge, Partridge had a lot of time as a running back in his development, but this one is pooched to Carter over there, and it's fielded by an up back. And going for a nice return, ball is spotted just shy of the 35-yard line.
It's Green on the return, a junior. But 35 yards, decent field position. Tigers just need to forget about this last series. Yes, you want to forget about this. You got to have short memories. You can't take 3 steps either. Got to get rid of that thing. Got to have a short memory here. Get back on track. Let's get this running game, which has been effective all night, and pound the rock. As Aiden said, is our goal here for the second half.
Yeah, you had a chance to look at that blocked kick. Amazing. Junior Bontemps, number 32. Thanks for the TigerVision shot so I could get back to the correct player there. But what a great play off the carom. Now the Tigers have it. And, breaking a tackle is Bryson. Still going. He's at the 50. All the way down to the 39-yard line. Eventually tackled there by number 16, and that was Diobe Bontemps with the tackle. And
yes,
that's
Bontemps. He saved a touchdown, and you thought there was right here when they had him for a loss that you were going to see a momentum shift continue, but not on this play. It ended up being a touchdown-saving tackle. I mean, he was off to the races. Nice chunk of change there, flipping the field like that. Get a breather.
2:19 on the clock. Palmetto Tigers really need to put some points on this board, leading only by 5. And that, looking at the clock, there's a play clock on the scoreboard and on the other side
and
of the field.
And on the far side,
expires.
yes.
Now, the good news is it's on a first down, so it's going to bring up a 1st and 15.
And when you're averaging 7, 8, 9, 10 yards a carry consistently through the night, it's easily can be made up here.
Man, you could hear a pin drop here. Oh, nice spin move by Trezjarn. Goes forward. And it's just past the original line of scrimmage. That's going to bring up a 2nd and 9.
And again, the Jaguars are getting good pursuit as you watch the replay, but they can't get the TFL. They have them, but it's those what they call those yaks have kept this Tiger offense effective here. When you think the TFL is going to happen.
So 2nd and 12 here for the Palmetto Tigers. Roth spins it down the middle of the field. He's got a man, and it's Carter. He is down to the half-yard line with the catch. Maurice Carter. And that's a beautiful ball. If you had a question about the thumb there by Jackson Rose.
He probably had to grit and throw that thing as far as he could, and it probably hurt. But when you got 8, 9, and 10 in the box and you've been running it all night, you just get that one-on-one matchup there you're looking for to one of your athletes here. You hit them on the big play, and they're knocking at the door.
Great catch by Maurice Carter over there. Hero shot. Very good job by the guys over our TigerVision, as presented by Conley Buick GMC crew. 54 seconds on the clock, and there is another timeout by the Palmetto Tigers. Now, It seems.
Coach's body language. He's got his arms crossed there. Here's we watching the play, one-on-one here, and it's just, hey, just throw it as far as you can with the bad thumb, and there was plenty of. He was open by several yards there, and good pitch and catch. We've seen that a lot this year with all the receivers. Yeah, he just threw that thing as far as he could.
I don't know if I can bring it down to Aiden Williams on the Arctic Air sideline report. I wanted to see if Aiden was in good position down there to watch that great catch by Maurice Carter. So 50 on the clock here. Palmetto Tigers, great shot here, knocking on the door. It's first and goal from the 1 in the North River Prevention Partners.
Now that is a
Red
yard.
zone.
That is a yard.
That's a beautiful shot.
Beautiful shot from the sidelines. That's probably Boone. Quick handoff.
Yard, really good play there. Number 0, and that is Josiah McKnight. Knifed in around the edge and made a great play in the backfield.
One of the few times they have held the Tigers to pretty much no gain or a loss. Again, count the number of times on my hand tonight. But they're clogging the middle there. That means something else is going to be open. Yeah, number 0 there was. Boy, he could almost gotten a handoff. But that's going to open up something else here. But
thundering is Bridson for
and he's in
6. Marquez Bridson, the big back, powers.
Is that his first
there.
touchdown tonight?
I think that
might be his second.
Second.
So that'll give him 12 on the season. He came in with 10. Add 2 to that. Team leading 12 scores.
So Palmetto with a very big point here, 21-10 lead here in the third quarter. Well, if you hope that Palmetto was going to get out of this game and not have to play the starters very long, that hasn't washed out. It worked out exactly, but we're going to get the extra point here. Schoppacher back to McLean and Harold with the extra point. Good execution. So now the Palmetto Tigers take the 22-10 lead.
So 3 of the last 4 drives, when you start at the 3 minutes left into the second quarter, the Tigers have easily marched down the field and scored. As you enjoy this score from the sideline, that was a tough arm. He just got over, and then the extra point. You know, and you have that third series there of these last 4 where they had a couple of bad snaps in the block punt. Otherwise, again, the offense is clicking on all cylinders here, putting up some huge numbers on the field as this game is moving very swiftly tonight, Brian.
Yeah, looks at the lighting across the field. I don't know if we're seeing a little bit of fog here rolling in. Do you see that on the bottom?
Yeah, I see. If you look right underneath the lights there, you could, and even coming down as it's flashing onto the field, just a little bit.
Something I've certainly seen in Jacksonville late, on that 3:30 game.
Yes,
played on
I bet you
Saturdays.
have.
I have been in some fog that you really can't even see the field at this time of year. Well, it's starting to happen here. And there's a very high pooch kick. And it's going to be fielded by...
Kicking it to the wrong guy. Running across the field again.
Oh, great tackle.
Nice coverage there. That's who you got there, 22, Brian?
And 22 on the roster is Jamari Smith.
Sophomore.
Only a sophomore.
Yes. Great coverage there and tackle.
Yeah, and to run step for step with Javier Singleton is impressive. We've seen a great game out of Singleton tonight.
You're watching TigerVision, presented by Conley Buick GMC. Stay tuned. We'll be right back after these messages.
Tow your boat safely from the stream. Got the Hummer, it's an EV. GMC on my F-double-E-T. And you know we keep 100 of the fleet V. Hit goals and I love it when they beat beat. Hottest dealer in the region of the Southeast. Conley GMC was recently just crowned king. Stop by today and get Acadia for you and get Denali for your cousin. Kenya for your granny and Sierra for your husband. Make a great impression when you roll up to the function. The boat behind the truck and you can tow it like it's nothing.
The Jaguars with a good start here to open up this fourth quarter. Delgado rolls, throws it out there. Lake got hit on the throw, throws it out.
Is there a receiver over there, Brian?
I didn't see any receiver, and he's inside the tackle box.
Yeah, there goes the flag. Yes.
Good anticipation there, Ken.
Yeah, like we said, passing is not their strength, and when you're down, it's hard to get back in a game. When you just can't keep running the ball, and got a good pass rush on him. They're sending the house here, and did not get it over the line of scrimmage. No receiver there, so it's a penalty and a loss of down. Correct?
That's correct.
So you put them second down, and then a loss of down. They're behind the chains. So a tough recovery here for the Jaguars on this series.
So coming out of that spot foul, and it's second 20, and nice little
screen.
Yeah, trying to set up a jailbreak screen, but the Palmetto Tigers really dropped. You can see they sniffed that one out.
Yes, and they know they can't get them beat, so you can leave people back. So Coach Arcades can dial up a lot of different schemes here to pretty much cover anything when all they can do is these little dump passes. And they believe me, they have the athletes to make these plays, but we also have the ones that can cover it here, and we've got the schemes to defend it.
That was interesting. It started out the beginning. It looked like a jailbreak
yes.
screen, and then it went to a slip screen at the end.
And that almost was a turnover there. The quarterback fumbled the ball into the back.
And Arthur Amarin, is right there. So that now you've got a ton of time on the clock here. You're only down by 12.
Oh yeah, they're still in the game. It's just getting behind the chains that grounding really is making this difficult here. Yeah, fourth down.
Well, that's what the marker shows, Ken.
Thank you for bringing me back in here to reality.
No, it's been a challenge here tonight. I do believe it is.
It looks like they're in a quick kick formation. He's not. Is he 12? He's not 12 yards back.
Here they come.
It's like a quick kick. That's the kicker. And then now a 5-yard penalty. Kicker runs off and running back on.
We've had several delay of game penalties
yes,
tonight.
And this is one of the few fields that has a clock.
And you got the referee with the last
5
still
is your safety net.
Yeah, the back judge has still got his hand
both
up there.
Both teams.
Oh, there is a very short kick.
Looks like it's out of bounds.
It's going to work its way and go backwards.
It bounced on like the 47, and then it bounced into the Jaguar territory, right inside the 50 there. Nope, looks like we're
what? Okay, so they said by the time it went out of bounds,
yes.
but that thing really had gone 5 yards backwards.
It went out of right where he's got his foot there is where it hit, and then it went right across the 50-yard line out of bounds. As we look at the third half stats and the tail of the game here is the Palmetto rushing attack, 185 yards on 25 carries. That's 7.4 yards per clip. You're going to win a lot of football games with that success. Only 53 yards passing, but But the name of the game is, and they've actually outpassed us tonight, 84. But a lot of it's been on one or two big plays, Brian. So again, just like the Leonard game, a heavy dose of a running game where the offensive line has just dominated line of scrimmage here the last 7 quarters, and we expect more from this 8th quarter as we take this one home. Great shot there from the drone. They've kind of told us they haven't been complaining about the drone here of late.
Yeah, probably check the rules on
yeah,
that
yeah,
one. So
you might check the rules on that.
A personal foul, dead ball, so Palmetto has the ball 1st and 10 because it was a dead ball play as the ball was rolling out of bounds right there. You know, a good way to lose football games. There's two.
Yes.
I think if you get a punt blocked.
Special teams play.
If you get a punt block, it's way up there. It's a 90 percentage. And if you compile personal fouls, it's one of your best ways. When you get penalty yardage over 100 yards in a game, that's a formula for
that's almost like losing the turnover battle. Yeah, that's not a recipe for winning. And I saw that 25-23 the playoff game with West Boca Raton. We got to keep an eye on that game. That's the #1 seed in our region, and it's a barn burner over on the other coast tonight, directly across from us on the state level.
Really good job by East Lehigh across the line of scrimmage here. I wanted to talk about some of the fans in the stands here tonight. I saw
who are we going to talk about, Brian?
Ronnie Sumter from across the street at the office. Tony Millage and his wife, and Jackson Roth. All of his people are here tonight.
And then the grandparents are dialing in from Toronto, I think.
Yeah, and then Michael Sand, his parents is here tonight, and that would be Michael Lambert. And so it's lots. We have some fans in the stands here tonight. Good to see for the Tigers.
High snap.
Nowhere to go. And that's going to be a loss on the play, bringing up another punting situation for
First
the Tigers.
really time that for consecutive plays that they've shut down the Tigers' running game. Talking about people here at the game, I was talking to Joe Hills before the game, and I stood next to him, Brian, and I said, man, you still look like you could play the game. And he says, I'd love to play the game, but I just don't want to get up off the ground. If I get on the ground, I don't want to get back up. I said, does it remind you of that commercial that they play on the NFL games with Jerry Rice and Dallas Cow? You know, hey, yeah, we can come do this, and then one hit and they're done. He says, exactly.
This time Muntz with a good kick. Down that ball when it's down there, and there you go.
Yeah.
You know, don't get away from it, and that time to take credit on that is, I believe that was number 4 for the Tigers, and that was
who made that special teams play. Yeah, he made that special teams tackle earlier on the kickoff coverage. So there's a young player there, Green, who's finding a way to get on the field with special teams, and you got to have players that it's not the most exciting thing to do, but it is a way to get on the field and make a name for yourself. And there was a running back that came out of Georgia that was a free agent that with the Broncos that made a big play on special teams that lit somebody up and ended up making the team and ended up leading the NFL in rushing for several years as in the NFL Hall of Fame.
Terrell Davis?
Terrell Davis, yes. Did not start for Georgia.
Oh, there you go.
Don't horse collar him. Just tackle him. There you go. No, don't tackle him after he's out.
Easy. And
No.
Zion Roberson there, and that's a gain of about 5 on the play. That's that formula we were talking about, you know, getting punts blocked and getting personal fouls. You got to back off of that at this point because what this team needs is
they need a shot in the arm, and we don't need to help them. Yes,
and a little belief. So Lazario Rogers, you know, what a solid running back he is. You can see on that play. He's tough.
He's everything we have read about, and I'm sure he's great on the track as well, and very imposing.
They fake it out there. Now they throw a little bubble screen out there. Good move. And he's got the first down. Yes, he does. And what you saw was a great play over there by Tegan Rudd, R-U-U-D, Rudd. And Tegan
5'11", 175, and just an extension of your running game there. When you're struggling, you can just get it out to one of your athletes and in space. We see that at all levels.
And I thought, from 127 yards away from him, like we are here, that he got a bad spot on that one from a football and a half away where we're sitting.
Oh, they're sending the house.
Sideline. Oh, he throws the long ball out there. Single coverage and off his fingertips. Some chicken fighting out there. Good coverage on the play by Zorian Jolly out there. I see. I think he's got some of his parents here. Some of his people
Sophomore defensive back having to cover some man coverage there, one-on-one. They sent the house. The quarterback senses it and threw it as far as he could. And they're just pushing each other, and no flag on that one. Great coverage.
Good position. Got the
and that's a lot of confidence with a sophomore playing man coverage.
That's a scary situation.
Yeah, you're out there on an island.
4 seconds, high snap, and it's going to be the easiest sack. That number 55, Demarius Rue. He's had a lot of great plays.
He was celebrating when they were dancing. There's Coach Mackley.
Flag on the play might be illegal. Motion might not matter as the defensive end, Carl Hines. There's Robic. That's the Class 4A player of the year. Still snap off. They barely made it, and it didn't help them as Morris spun to the ground by Robic.
What a play by the monster inside linebacker, Rich Robic.
In with tonight.
Son plays at Western Kentucky. Long snap. They played Kennesaw up in North Georgia.
He's a captain.
Captain.
Games against Toledo. He's had, they played a little team called Alabama early in the season.
Yes.
I think Rich's son has been perfect on every snap, long snap, and extra points field goal so far. Now this time. Great look. Good running by Carter around the edge. Stays in bounds and keeps that clock running.
Yes, we're under 6 minutes now, and that clock is our friend. We're not going to use that 12th person and get out of bounds and help them out. Let's grind this thing out.
And it's Trez Yarn. Looking at it, but watch he shows a little bit. Something going on between those ear holes here. Turns the ball inside, stays in bounds, heads up play.
And then at the end, you don't let them strip that thing.
Got the tight end, and it is
get your hands up.
Great call,
there it is.
And that is Ace Luther.
We've had to, how many times have we said we've had to deal with adding a flag? Got a flag here.
It's going to be a celebration
flag.
But here, Ken. I know you played tight. Ken, when you were playing football and then basketball, you had great hands. You're about 6'2" and playing over 200 pounds back in those days, and punting and kicking extra points and all that stuff. That basically is a pop pass.
It is.
There's
They called it a pop pass.
Most males and females in the stands could catch that one.
Yes, you should. Yes.
I think most everybody. It's the play design that
In freshman, it was literally a pop pass, and Coach Heath would tell Roger Stanley David was the right end and I was the left end, and if we just basically bounce pass like Coach Abel would have a bounce just chest pass the thing to one of us, and that's exactly what that was, and perfect call to the tight end.
Love to see it. Liam Harold, and it's going to be blown. Dead again.
Dead. Bring it back. They're saying bring it back, so we must be kicking it again.
There's continual play clock violations here, and it makes you wonder if it's starting much quicker tonight than normal.
Good point. Oh, he could go for two here.
Okay, in high school, even though he makes a kick, it's gonna be offsides on the defense.
So you move it up a yard and a half, and it becomes a 17.5-yard field goal, basically 18.
Right.
Whatever you want. You should be right at 7 yards behind the line of scrimmage. Oh, yeah, he's moving it up. It's about a 17.5-yard, 18-yard field goal here. Really means nothing.
Well, he is looking at.
Oh,
there's another call.
Another one.
8
You're gonna
seconds
move.
were on the play clock, and that was a false start on the Tigers. Which is pretty irrelevant from this distance.
Yeah, it really is.
But it's a different look tonight. You're looking at the left side of the crossbar is probably at about 10.6, 10.8.
Yes.
And the right side is probably down there at 9.4, something like that.
Yes, and over on the other end, it's about 9 foot, and it's what we had at Palmetto after Milton came through. So, yeah, you have, if you're going to get a low trajectory on this, which you don't need to, you would want to kind of kick that, point your plant foot to the right a little bit to take advantage. You can get a good shot of it right there. It's just got that little bit of a lean. But didn't need it.
Didn't matter.
Didn't matter.
It's up.
He kicked it back there into the little stand back there.
Yeah, if it leaned any more, eventually it's going to become like a big.
I think you and I might be able to dunk on that thing. It's so low. It's
that
that low.
That side? Yeah,
on that side where you see it leaning over to the left, Brian and I might, wishful thinking, we might be able to get it.
That's a good shot right there.
Yes, great shot there from the jump. See the ref can almost dunk. He almost had both hands up there on it. Not really, but
yeah, it was an illusion,
but maybe on the very end, if we might hurt the whole next day or pop a hamstring, but maybe 9 foot, you might throw it down. You might not look. It's not going to be pretty. No, it's not going to be Joe Hills out there doing it. No. Joe Hills could probably do it on the 10+ side. It's easy.
The older you get, it's not the jumping that's painful, it's the landing.
It's the landing,
it's not
yes.
Worth it.
It's not worth it.
Even if you get
that
up
ground
there,
hurts, man.
You get up there, it's like, oh
yes.
My goodness, it's terrible coming down.
Yes, it's that coming down on the joints.
Yeah.
It's probably wishful thinking, but anyway, 29-10. Tigers have grinding this thing out. Hasn't been the prettiest thing, but slowly pulling away from a very good 4-4 East League team. You would have no idea that the nice look there. Look at that. He's got his game face on.
There you go.
There you go. That's Batman gloves there.
Oh, good onside kick.
Yes.
Pulse Live. Trying to make a play there was number 11, Cooper Stover. Nearly was able to get that one.
Sometimes on onside kicks, if you get somebody standing right in front of you, we've told the kicker, kick it as hard as you can right at the person that's 10 yards in front of you. There's no way they can. If you hit that thing just right, there's no way they can catch it and get a live ball. There's some of our faithful that have made the 109-mile trek that you were. Nice of you to drive tonight, Brian.
And Ronnie Sumter.
Ronnie Sumter.
From across the street from our office again.
Yes.
He's done some electrical
family
work
here.
Yeah, he's good. People got Junior, great basketball player for the Tigers. Great defense, Stanzel in coverage. And you saw, pretty good route, good throw.
No penalty.
Better defense. No penalty tonight.
No penalty. There's been plenty. And they've called it pretty fair. There's just been a lot, and then the yellow gloves have messed us up.
Nice hero shot there on Cooper Stover.
So can watch this one ball come right to you there.
This is so much better.
Look at that nice spiral on that thing, little wobble, but
and that
good coverage there. You can actually get some good coaching moments there. How to play defense.
And it was Cooper Stover in coverage. I think I said Stanzel coming in there.
There he is.
Yeah, nice play.
Nice look there. He looks like a good player.
Yeah, he showed some ups and he very long out there.
Yeah, you love those long defensive backs.
Oh yeah.
The college coaches like them long there. Going to do
Wildcat little run there. He's going to go for a gain of about 3 on the play. And at this point,
Rogers this late in the season, and this has been their offense. That might be him down a little. There's a flag. I hope that's not him. I hope he's all right. But my goodness, this has had to be a long season, having to carry the load for the Jaguars on the offense.
You know, I was just about to say before the break of play, the one thing you cannot do, you cannot pick a personal. At this point of the game, you're up 19 points, 4 minutes on the clock.
Game's in control.
Game's in control. This is not the point of. You cannot have a targeting, an ejection, or a personal foul. One of those things, and lose time, and be serving suspensions as we get into the important part of the season.
Yes, and we were talking, and keys to the game is avoiding injuries. Maybe more importantly, don't do anything stupid, silly, that gets you where you're not going to play against Lakewood Ranch next week, or if it's even into the first round of the playoffs, because after next week it's a one game season every week. Yeah, he's all right. This season's got to be wearing on him, but he's a great athlete, and we'll be watching him Saturday. He's committed to Northern Illinois.
Rogers, he's shown a lot of toughness tonight.
Yes, he has. He's earned every yard tonight. Hope he's okay.
Here he is.
He looks the part.
Trailing 19. It just shows that winners never quit. And this
guy.
There's a reason he comes in with over 100
so
yards a game.
Probably going to go to there's number 2 in motion.
They fake it to him this time. They did not block one player.
No.
They blocked the Jamari Smith was the only defender on this side of the field. There was 30 yards of open air. Check this out.
Watch this. So obviously you think you're going to go to the next best option and throw the little out pass, and there he is.
But behind
and he broke a block there too, Brian.
And there was nobody behind Jamari. If he's
able
to shake that, you got to make that play, or that one goes for at least 15 yards.
Again, you're putting a lot of confidence there in a sophomore to cover that side of the field. That is impressive.
He had the whole quarter of the field back there, the whole red
he's
zone.
Still that way. There's just nobody behind him.
Yeah,
He's got single high safety.
Great play by Delgado. Throws it out there to the left. Great speed out there. And that has to be Javarian Singleton again.
That's who I'm thinking they're going to have to go to him now, and and obviously they're back to him. He's their best option for any shot at getting in here, and it's still a 3-score game, but they'd have to score here real quick and then have some luck here.
And Delgado, the quarterback, is only a sophomore. That play, lefty he looked, very nice, easy release, tight spiral. He's able to handle high snaps.
This is what we thought. I thought they were going to run the first play, and
but the future with Delgado, I look at him, and he reminds me of the Tampa Bay Tech quarterback, played for Washington.
Oh yes, and just progressively, gets better each and every year.
And he had just
learns the system. They get some players around him, and not this
high snap.
And there could be a
this
turnover.
Time the Tigers are going to get this one, and you'll get us credit. I don't know if Rue got credit on that. It looks like number 22 is going to get credited.
That's your guy again.
He's going to get credit for the fumble recovery and probably a sack too, right, Ken?
Possibly. And again,
quarterback touches it.
Yeah, in most cases they tell you to fall on the ball, but when you're down 3 scores, hey, get up and make a play, and the ball didn't bounce this way. So Tigers stopped the drive, basically iced the game there, and 3 minutes here. The way they've been running the ball tonight, they can just run this clock out here and manage the game.
Kamari Hines, a sophomore, number 17, first on the play, and then good play by Jamari Smith.
Smith having a great second half with 2 great special teams. Going
Long
for
ball.
the safety
good.
got over.
Safety came over the top to cover.
and had to pick.
And he's throwing the ball into the wind. Simeon Matt was open early.
There's that score we're watching there with that's the 8th seeded team in our region.
So what was happening that?
Well, no, that's a game didn't matter. But yeah, throw them with a jam with a finger thumb issue and into the wind. Ball tailed on him a little bit, allowed the safety. Safety was there, but almost had a chance to make a play, get the ball back.
Joe Hills now is in the slot formation. They hand the ball off to a new back in the game, and that's number 23, which is Shane Partridge. Normally plays safety over there. One of the leading tackles for the Tigers this year.
He's had a great season playing defense, sophomore, and again, looking for depth. You don't. Again, the injuries and silly penalties and suspensions, but also building depth here as we begin a possible playoff run.
And I've heard from there's going to be offsides. I've heard Partridge is a very effective running back. And
I'm sure he yes. For these Tigers, with being a coach being named after the spring game and losing all your key athletes and then getting on this win streak, coming back from the Manatee loss to win the district, it's just an amazing story.
Amazing performance. Roth looks, now he rolls out there.
Hey, he's right there in front of you. Get down, get down.
And run. Oh, coming over late because he missed him. It would have been a targeting call, but it was no contact.
Get down. We don't need to. Even sliding. I just with that thumb on your throwing hand, it just could get bent the wrong way. Yeah, it was a good baseball slide there.
It was.
Looks like they must have played some baseball. That was a great slide, but just.
Oh, so they may have. They did call.
They did call it. Okay.
There was no contact on that, as you can see on TigerVision, but it was the attempt, the intention.
The intent.
I don't know about that one, Ken. But
it's been both ways tonight. The refs have called a lot, but it really hasn't impacted the game too much to question it.
Now Roth throws. Boy,
he's
arm
open.
Is loose now. Oh, great catch by Simeon Matt. That's a ridiculous catch. You're going to see that one on time. Nobody else is going to give you the high. I'm going to put a lot of pressure on the guys behind us. He got the heels.
They thrive on it.
Both heels down, falling out of bounds, completed the catch, maintained control of the body. Good call by the officiating crew.
And he had to come back to get this ball. It kind of hung up in the air there. Roth threw a beautiful pass here. Watch him. Okay, he was in stride, but he had to stop. And then again, you mentioned the footwork. All you have to have is one foot in. He had both of them in, and he turned his body to get both of them in. That was awesome.
Actually, it was very close. The left foot, he may have had his toe, but his heel was over the line. The left foot, just prior to the catch, we might not want to play that one back in.
Are you telling them to play? Can they show that to our audience tonight? Oh,
I thought
here we go. Well, maybe.
Okay.
He's going to show offsides.
Defensive offside. But I really.
Here we go. Here we go. Here's the Arctic. No.
Oh, here we go.
Here's some Charlie.
Yeah,
the Charlie cam.
I love it.
He's in charge of getting those players on the sidelines and the crowd fan shots and unique things. He's come up with some interesting shots. Doing a great job for us.
Partridge in the backfield. High snap. Roth handles it. Partridge spins around, takes a loss on the play. So that was going to bring up a second. Palmetto Tigers now in the North River Prevention Partners red zone.
McKnight coming up from his strong safety position. Reading that. Here's that play again that we were sounding. Did he have both feet in?
Watch that one.
There was one out, but then he brings it back in. So
can't reestablish unless you're forced out, Ken. We all know that.
Yes.
But you know what?
But he had 1 foot.
Sure, we'll take it.
Yeah, we'll take
it. Partridge. Oh, nice cut. Great tackle. Coming in there, number 0, making another play was Josiah McKnight.
So we're down under a minute. TigerVision showing third. I know Partridge would love a score here, a timeout on the.
Now, for those looking in, Ken, with the playoff coming up, 47-7 on the clock, 47.7. Do points matter at this point? Point spreads, total points?
No, they don't. They don't matter. It matters if you win or lose, and your strength of schedule. The way the formula used to the matter how bad you beat somebody, but no, it just matters who you're playing a strong schedule, and you're winning your games, and you're also looking at your opponent's strength of schedule too. It's a formula I've given up trying to keep track of it.
And speaking about that, so you got, let's say you're playing 2 killers on the season, and they play each other, and then you've got a big spread. One of the killers blows somebody out by 30 points.
It just you played 2 killer teams in your schedule, and that they're playing, whether you played both of them or one of those killer teams. That the fact is you're playing against tough teams, and they're playing against tough teams.
Oh, slant underneath, and the ball is dropped.
Oh my goodness!
Great, and that one was intended for Hills. And he'll want that one back. But
yes,
I love the progression. I love the play call on that one. See, did they?
That was almost like a pop pass option.
Yes. A lot of people would say you need to block out there in front, but sometimes run that post corner route to the corner will take that defender out there.
So it's 4th down.
Getting quiet. Really damp. Rod throws the
got
long
him.
ball out there. Got a man
Touchdown
in for the catch. And that is going to be Carter, I believe.
Carter right over the hand of the defender. It just
another one through. You can fool us, Ken, but you can't fool the guys behind us in the stress box.
No.
They're always going to catch it. So.
They're our safety net.
Palmetto extends the lead to 36-10 with 29-3 remaining in this one.
Tigers in just the one series where they had 2 bad snaps and the block punt was the only mistake they made here in the second half. That was like within 45 seconds. They easily gets the special team score, but the Tigers responded again immediately right afterwards with another quick score, and they have just been dominating since then, and defense has just been playing great today.
Another solid game by Liam Harold. And tonight's game, sloppy penalties, all those things.
Yeah, a lot of this late in the year, game 9, there's a lot of sloppy, and they're calling it that way. Squib.
Oh, nice play, and that one is going to be fielded and at the 50 with 22 seconds. A little bit over 22 seconds remaining.
Kind of wise, not even though the game's under wrap. You don't want to kick it Singleton. He's scary. He could take it to the house.
If I was an East Lake player, here at the end of the season in that kind of situation, you'd probably be tempted to bait one of the Palmetto Tigers. Great plays over there tonight.
As great as the defense has played tonight, and as much as they've struggled all season throwing the ball, no picks, and so it's good to get one tonight. It's good for Stover to get that, and great way to basically in this game.
And if he stops that frame there, when his feet were off the ground and he was fully extended, that's a picture that his mother and dad will have on the wall forever.
Yes.
I mean, because he was up above the knees of the offensive player, Just an awesome look.
Maybe we can.
Maybe the TigerVision guys. We're asking a lot.
they just
watch this.
We can do anything
as he goes
look
up.
At that. Hey, look at that!
Look at that
up in the
shot
air.
right there, right before that turn.
Oh, he didn't. He didn't catch it. He didn't catch it. Yes.
Yeah, he didn't catch it. So
okay,
no interception, but what a play.
And they've thrown the ball, and we're back on schedule here. It's after 10. The Tigers celebrating a little bit. Here's they're going to move to 8-1. Who would have thought?
Life is fun.
Yes,
football
especially
is fun.
when you're going to be 8-1 in 11 seconds or 2.7 seconds. Things.
And I think Stephen Aristotle may be one of the smoothest over 300-pound dancers that I've seen here on TigerVision. So great play by Cooper Stover, Roberson on that. But what a great play by either Delgado, and there's some jawing that you could expect going on there, but great hustle by the backfield there to keep that and you hope that Roberson has
he's just probably exhausted after playing a full game here.
And so watch the shot of Cooper.
Get up,
Stover
walk it off,
first,
buddy.
And then Roberson.
Some water. So they practice this tip drill. That's what defensive backs do. You call the Oski, gets up there, tips it, and then that's what happens when the ball gets tipped. Great things happen. And then he almost takes it to that
ball, like the nose of the ball, like a loaf of bread with one hand.
101
And there's only one reason you're allowed to do that, and the coach doesn't give you a free pass if you're kind of like a Deion Sanders type dude.
Yeah, when you have that kind of speed and athletic ability, I remember Coach talking about him playing on Saturdays and Sundays, and that he's got to the Saturdays. We'll let it pass.
And we're going to try to attempt to get after the game.
Here's some
Aiden Williams.
Maybe some coaches' comments.
Comments, or get with Aiden Williams at the close of this one. And
you know when it's the end of the game when Boone is close by with his camera and he's got it pointed at you.
Yeah, we've got that. And then Rich.
That's Rich Robich.
Yeah, Rich Robich.
I thought that was Boone.
Rich
Robich. When you know when it's close to the end of the Rich has got the camera right there on you.
And I got to give Rich a little credit here. Most of the shots that we get, when we get the other cams, that are here and they're running them with the joysticks and all that stuff.
Yes.
They come from a low angle, and I hope that Rich is not setting up to do this to us, so that it's like the worst humanly possible angle that you can get. And then I'll have friends, say, which I have, yeah, man, you've aged like 47 years in the last 2 years and that kind of thing. And that shot was, almost tolerable. Now we're going down to the field.
Let's see if we
Coach
pick
Sanders.
this up.
Good job. Guys, us coaches, we're done being nice to you about learning how to behave appropriately.
Yes.
We're done being nice to you guys about it. If we're going to do something in the playoffs, we got to be locked in all the time and behave appropriately. As something as simple as just when a coach is talking, you just listen. We're doing too much, way too much. That will hurt us in the playoffs. We want to play as long as we can. I plan on playing all the way into December. In order to do that, we have got to clean it up, all the little things, starting with our behavior. It's usually the same guys. We're done being nice about it. You guys, unfortunately, that hurts the team. So our job as coaches,
penalties, out of rhythm, just stuff that hadn't happened very much throughout the course of the year. So we regrouped at halftime. Luckily, we had the ball coming out of halftime. We got a quick score, and we just started getting into a rhythm, and then we just started playing Palmetto football.
There was a lot of penalties against you. Did y'all need to clean? Yeah. Did y'all clean it up in the halftime, or did it just continue?
It still continued. I got to go back and look at the film. I got to see how egregious these penalties are. We got to clean that up. We can't have so many penalties in the playoffs that'll come back and bite you for sure. So we got to clean that up. We've been a pretty good team all along as far as not having too many penalties, but today we did not do a good job of just playing without beating ourselves for the most part. So we got to clean that up for sure.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you for that Arctic Air sideline report interview with Coach Eric Sanders after the game. Thank you to Palmetto High student Aiden Williams. We're going to take things, Ken, tonight as, you know, there is no such thing as an ugly win. But tonight
it started out that way.
It was a little sloppy.
Little sloppy, and I think Coach was very wise at the end about